G'day everyone, welcome to Skyrim Together. This is a series I'm doing with other content creators where I speedrun through Skyrim as quickly as possible while asking them some questions. This is longer content that isn't cut down, unlike all my other videos, so go get something to eat and enjoy a long video. Alright, so Paige, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Paige.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say there.
So what type of stream content do you usually do?
Video games of the variety of sorts.
True.
I guess.
True. That's
a
true.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It could vary. It could be just about anything.
Just about anything.
As long as it's not an FPS, I don't.
You're not a big FPS fan?
No.
I love shooting things in the face, I'll be honest with you.
But even that feels like a lie, because I love the Halo series, but I didn't stream it, so...
Say that. My game crashed.
What?
My game crashed.
Oh my gosh.
Whoop! Whoop! You know what I'm saying? Listen, okay, listen.
Hi, Jug.
Whoop! Fine. Fine. It be what it be. It be what it be. Listen, it's okay. This is all good. It's going according to plan. This is that Skyrim way of life, you know what I'm saying?
So, what if you said I could do my own thing? What if my own thing is just to try and keep you from winning?
That is, listen, I mean, like, look, you can, but I will say, I'm just gonna join this over real quick. I will say, listen, if you want to do that, sure, but with that being said, that is an idea I had for a future video, so, you know what I mean? That is an idea I had for a future video where I was going to get like a bunch of people from the community to do that, so I would appreciate it if you didn't, but, you know...
I'm already far away, it's fine, I'm not gonna.
You can if you want though, it's fine. But yeah, you can do like legit anything you want. So yeah, so what have you been like streaming lately?
Oh, Skyrim, actually.
That's true. That's true. You have been on that Skyrim train.
I got my computer, my controller. I won't play Skyrim without a controller. And I can't stream from my PlayStation. I can, but it is hard. Like the Switch, the GameCube, and the N64 is quite easy, but the PlayStation like lags out my computer when I try and stream off of it. So I don't want to play it on that.
Wait, so you actually
live,
you actually use like a game capture or whatever to stream from like your 64?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Sorry, keep going.
So you have to have a capture card that connects to like a HDMI port, and then you have to have a capture card that connects to old school hookups.
Yeah.
So I have to hook it all up. I have like 10 different cords coming out the back of my computer and my TV. You also have to have it connected to the TV and the computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's connected to the computer in 2 different spots because both the capture ports have to be connected to the computer, plus each other, plus the TV. So there's like 10 cords going around just to stream from my my N64 and my GameCube.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I have a game capture just to stream, like, Nintendo Switch, like, when a new Pokemon game comes out, and even that, I find that annoying. Like, if I was gonna play, like,
That's like, what, 3 cords?
Yeah, if I was gonna stream, like, a Nintendo 64 game, I would 100% just be using an emulator. 100%.
Most people do, especially because then you can get, like, the mods and stuff, and...
Yeah.
The different types of, I don't remember what they call it. Especially on Zelda games, though, where they, like, the random items spawns or whatever. I don't like that, though.
Randomized runs, yeah.
I just like normal.
I remember, like, I was in your stream one time watching you play Zelda, and you were, like, going for, like, a world record on some, like, post-game? Like, you're, like, mail sorting game?
Mail sorting, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Wind Waker, that's on the GameCube.
You have
I never beat the record.
But how close were you?
So the record is 36. The world record is 36 paces of mail sorted in 30 seconds, and the highest I got was 34.
Okay. Alright. I mean,
And
like,
I only got that like 2 times, maybe 3. It's hard. It's very hard.
listen, I imagine that the world of, like, competitive mail sorting in Zelda is pretty cutthroat. I can see it. I can imagine, don't worry. To be fair,
Oh
like,
yeah.
people meme about that stuff all the time. Speedrunning stuff is like kind of crazy. Like the difference that 1 second makes is ridiculous. I remember like
Yeah.
I actually practiced speedrunning like glitchless Skyrim for a while, and like my best time was like the fastest I was able to finish the game was in like an hour and 24 minutes, right? And like, the current world record is like an hour and 8 minutes, and I genuinely do not understand where, like, the 20 minutes I'm missing is, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna get away with stealing this horse. Or am I? Take it back. I'm just that good at the video game. Alright. Okay, but yeah, fair. Alright, so, like, hear me out, right? What made you start, like, you know, streaming in the first place? Like, why'd you start streaming?
Streaming.
Yeah.
Someone suggested it to me.
That was it? They were just like, you should stream, and you're just like, hell yeah, I'm going for it. I'm going all in, you know?
Kind of funny, yeah. I didn't ever watch Twitch, but I had a friend who did it with, like, he did it with a group of people. They had a channel together, all 3 of them. And so I had an account for a long time, but I lurked their video to help them get affiliated. I didn't know what affiliated was. I didn't know what me watching this video was gonna do for them. And I never asked. I just pulled it up and I said, okay, I did it. And I never thought about it again until like a year later. I had a different friend say, hey, I'm streaming. You should too, since you are into content creation. And I was like, what is it? And they explained to me that you play video games and people talk to you. And I was like, oh, that sounds so right up my alley.
Yep.
And I just did it. I just downloaded the software. That's a ducklet and an instrument phone. I just downloaded the software and I streamed my first stream ever. It was TFT, that game that I was playing yesterday that I told you sucks. And
that's that old? Sorry to cut you off. I thought that was like new or something.
No, it's an old game. I've been playing that for, oh, it's got to be 10 years old. If Zez is still in there, I think he could tell you.
Really? Sorry, I'll let you keep going. Sorry, I was very surprised to hear that. I've only seen it like very recently. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
Oh no, you're fine. I think some of the newer sets people have been enjoying.
Okay. Yeah, they are Bruscoda.
Because they changed the layout for that game every like couple months. They changed like the builds you can do.
Okay,
and all that.
Yeah.
So it goes in and out of popularity when the set, like a new set is about to come in and an old set's about to leave.
Okay, yeah.
People will play it more.
I'm with you. Maybe I just like missed it. To be fair, like I've like never got into like League. My ex tried to get me into League, but you know, thankfully I got out before like I was forced in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's.
I narrowly escaped.
It's a game.
Yeah, it's one of the games of all time. Yeah, I had it downloaded and everything, and she's like, "Oh, you should play Mordekaiser because he's like, you know, your type of like character or whatever." But yeah, it just never happened. It just never happened, you know? Yeah. Like, it's, okay, so, like... Oh, what was I gonna say? Sorry, it's hard to get my brain working while I'm doing this sometimes, you know what I mean? As you know, being a content creator, you know, it just turns off sometimes. My very first stream, actually, it's crazily enough, because, like, I feel like everyone knows how much I despise survival crafting games, or like survival like sandbox games. You know, like Ark or like Minecraft or stuff like that. I don't really despise Minecraft. I just, you know, it's just not really like that fun for me. I get bored of them really quickly, you know? Like the second you get in the content loop of like, oh, I need food, oh, I need water, oh, I need to sleep, oh, I need to eat again, I need to drink again, I need to sleep, oh, I need to eat again. You know, when you're like, you're stuck in the loop of constant maintenance of your character, that's when I get bored of them. Because like, I just want to like run around and explore and like kill things. But yeah, so funnily enough, the very first video game I ever streamed was 7 Days to Die. Which probably no one remembers because like my very first stream and like my next stream was there was like a 2-month gap there. I don't know why.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. It was sort of crazy, but yeah, there was like a full-on like 2-month gap between my first stream and my second stream and everything. I don't know if this was like for you. Like when you started streaming, did you stream like with people?
No.
So your very first stream was like just you then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I streamed for 12 hours. My very first stream.
Your very first stream was 12 hours? Okay.
Yeah, I think I started with TFT and I played a bunch of it, and then eventually, so my friends, like on my Facebook, people I went to high school with, I posted about it on Facebook. I said, hey, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, okay.
Come hang out, I guess. And I played Jackbox after I was playing TFT. I just hosted Jackbox on my stream and played with my friends.
Okay, yeah.
Jackbox Party Pack. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was quite fun, and so I just kept doing it.
That's kind of yeah. Sorry, keep going. It's kind of funny how like different our like experiences were, because like mine was just like I mean, like I didn't stream solo when I actually. It's sort of funny now because like as everyone knows, I barely ever do streams with other people, let alone co-streams with other people or anything like that. But when I first started, every single stream I did was with like Waffle. Waffle Boy 5000. Like every stream I did.
I didn't know that. When did you start streaming though?
Skyrim together, please. Please stop doing this to me. I'm just a little guy out here, man. I'm just a little guy out here, Skyrim together, for the love of God. So it's a bit awkward. Like, I started at the end of, like, 2020. But, like, I say I started, but that was, like, the very first stream. But I didn't, like, start doing it consecutive, like consistently, sorry. Until, like, decently into, like, 2021.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I think I started in 2021.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
In August.
Listen, I don't mean to alert you, but like if my Skyrim together keeps crashing, you know what I'm saying, we might be here for a little bit longer than I originally said we were going to be, you know what I mean?
That's fine.
Also,
I'm not in a hurry.
Oh my god, I might have to go to the menu and come back in. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Got me a little bit on edge because my two hour time, but it's alright. Alright, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so I started around 2020. I'm just gonna go to the menu and come back in. Yeah, so I started around 2020, or 2021, like, really is when I really started getting into it, and, like, I just did, like, a lot of, like, Faz. Like, a lot of Faz.
Oh, yeah, it was super popular back then, too.
Yeah, right? And it was a lot easier, like, it's like, you didn't really get, like, I gotta, like, close it down and bring it back up. You didn't get, like, a lot of viewers, but, like, that's when I was, like, brand new to streaming anyway, and it's, like, when you're like a really brand new streamer, like you can pretty much do like whatever, right? I wouldn't recommend doing whatever, but you can do whatever because like you know what I mean. That's whatever category you stream in. You're just happy if like anyone shows up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can play around with it more and see what you like and
exactly. Yeah.
just have fun. When you
Yeah.
get more consistent viewers, they have stuff they want to see, and it
Yeah.
makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah. Which it's funny because like on the one hand, I feel like it genuinely like playing like the same stuff consistently genuinely helps you grow as a content creator. Because it's a lot easier to get people to come back, right? If you're streaming like the same stuff all the time. But
Yeah.
you know, it's really hard to sit there all the time and just stream like the same game over and over and over again, you know? It's like a mix.
Yes. Even if you like the game, I get so bored.
I know. Sorry, yeah, keep going.
I'll start something and then I get too bored and I won't finish it. There's so many unfinished games that I've started on stream and just stopped because I can't. I get too bored of it.
That's completely fair. There's a bunch of games that like I've stopped playing on stream, just because I didn't like the game. You know, like for example, Far Cry Primal. I love Far Cry. Genuinely hate that game. I was so bored. I was so miserable playing it. Like I closed it down. I uninstalled it on stream, and I just moved on with my life. I get a lot of people who like are genuinely curious how I'm able to play Skyrim so much, because like, you know, I played you remember, like, I used to play Skyrim like literally all the time. I take like breaks a little bit now, between like my challenge runs and videos and stuff like that, where I just do normal games. But yeah, I would stream Skyrim like 8 hours every single day, 31 days like a month, you know, 31 days a month. Like, it was sort of crazy. And honestly, it's like the challenge runs are sort of what like keep me here, you know? Like, if I was just doing normal runs, I wouldn't have it in me, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, like if I was sorry, yeah?
No, that makes sense because with a run you have a goal. Skyrim, if you're just playing it to play it and you don't have a goal, you can only do that for so long.
Exactly.
Before,
yeah.
What are you doing other than like just weird crap?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly it. It's spot on, right? It's like the things that people think are like annoying or boring, funnily enough, are like the stuff in challenge runs that like keep me there. Right? It's like when like people are like, "Oh, dude, you're doing this really weird, like tedious and boring thing." But it's like, or like, for example, something as simple as when I did restoration only, it took me 2 hours to figure out how to destroy web using restoration magic. Which sounds boring, and it was, but just the idea of like having to think outside of the box and find a way to use restoration magic to overcome this obstacle, you know? Because everyone else is just like, oh, just punch it, just hit it, just equip a weapon and destroy the web, who cares? But like, I don't want to do that, you know? It's like,
it's not restorational.
Exactly, right? If I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna use restoration, I want to freaking do it using restoration, you know? Like, what's the point of doing a challenge run if the second you like reach any form of like adversity or anything that makes the run difficult in any way, you just like, oh, I'll just like ignore this. You know what I mean? Like, is that really a challenge run?
It's not a challenge.
Yeah, right?
No.
Like, that's what makes it a challenge, is like running into things that are difficult for you to beat with the limitations you've given yourself, you know? And that's sort of what does it for me. But yeah, like, honestly, I get comments like that all the time, and like, they really do annoy me, where it's just like, oh, why don't you just punch the web, or why don't you just do this, or just do that, or like, whatever. It's just like, because I can't do it with the challenge run, you know? Oh, it's kind of crazy, let me tell you. So let me ask you, Paige, right? What is your favorite video game of all time?
Your favorite video game of all time?
Mm-hmm.
I had to repeat the question to stall to give myself time to think.
Yeah, you're fine, don't worry. It's not an easy question to ask or answer.
I really... Oh, there's one. I really like Zelda Wind Waker. Obviously, I wanted that world record in it.
True.
That might be it. I don't know. I have the most hours
If you'll excuse me,
in
would be best.
my top two after that are like
Come.
Skyrim,
Let's
and I didn't realize that didn't pause. Oh my goodness, you didn't warn me.
I'm sorry, yeah, look out for that. You go.
I'm gonna die. Skyrim and Stardew Valley are also up there, but probably at the end of the day, if I only had one game I could play forever, it might be Wind Waker.
You know, would you believe me if I told you that I've legitimately never played a single Zelda game in my entire life?
I only believe you because I've heard you say it a few times, and I don't think you'd lie.
No.
Repeatedly.
No. Well, you never know, you know what I mean? You never know, who knows? It's like when I tell everyone that I'm not actually Australian, that's why my accent is so weird.
That makes sense.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Listen,
Fake Australian.
nah,
Makes
dude.
sense.
Nah, dude.
Somebody
nah.
clip it. He admitted it.
Yeah, no.
I'm dead.
My favorite. It's funny. It's changed like over the year. Like for example, like there was definitely a period of time where Overwatch was 100% my favorite video game, like 100%.
Oh, okay.
2017 Overwatch.
I've never
just hit
never
diff.
played that.
Listen, it was so good back in the day. I might be slightly biased and blinded because, like, you know, I met a girl playing it and everything. But like, I don't know, maybe it's just, you know, that, and it's more so I just remember like good times around that or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely loved Overwatch back then. Obviously now I can't stand it. It's terrible. I open Overwatch and I'll play like 2 games and I'll just be absolutely miserable and have to get off. You know.
What is Overwatch? What do you do?
Overwatch is like a. Have you ever played Team Fortress 2?
I don't do charity.
No.
No gold, no
You've never played Team Fortress 2?
No.
I have no gold.
I'm a Nintendo girl.
That's fair. That is fair.
I got my Nintendo games, and then like I like indie horror games.
Valid.
And then Skyrim.
Yeah. So yeah, keep going.
No, sorry, that's it.
Yeah, you're fine. So Overwatch is a 6v6 team-based hero shooter, and what that just means is it's like, well, 5v5 now. Sorry, it used when I loved Overwatch, it was 6v6. But so basically, you just have like, you know, 2 teams that just have random objectives they need to complete, and because they're heroes, it's sort of like League of Legends, right? It's League of Legends but FPS based. You know, where each character has like abilities and stuff that they can use and utilize, and an ultimate and stuff like that. But yeah, just sort of like that, you know. Just real, yeah. I mean, nothing crazy, But like back in the day, it was really good. Now it's just an overbloated mess where I don't think even they know what they want to do with it. But yeah. Unfortunate, but now obviously, like, across all of time, if I was to pick one video game that I would have forever, it would 100% be Skyrim. Honestly, it'd be crazy if it wasn't.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I love this game so much. I mean, like, it'd be really weird if someone like invested as much time in Skyrim as like.
You just cut out so much.
Oh, sorry, I stopped talking. This is the very first time where Skyrim Together has actually, halted me. Because, the Jarl's in bed, and I can't wait just to get him to come back, because, we're in Skyrim Together, so I guess I'm going to, like, go and discover some other places and come back later. I guess.
I am right outside of Whiterun if you want to help me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you like under attack right now? Like, what's going on?
Yes, I've been under attack the whole time.
What have you been doing? Just terrorizing the local populace?
I'm trying to kill a mammoth.
What do you kill? Dude, what level are you?
What?
Alright, you know what?
I just died again.
listen. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. You know what I mean?
Climbing back and
I can respect. Oh my
I'm
god.
like flying in the air. The mammoth just flung me straight into the air.
It'd be like that.
Oh
It'd be like that.
no.
Listen, mighty brave of you to tackle, even on novice difficulty, to tackle a mammoth at level 1. Mighty brave, to be perfectly honest with you. I respect it.
You
Okay.
said do whatever I want. That's
I did say do whatever you want.
that's what I wanted to do was kill a
That's-
mammoth.
That is completely fair. That is completely fair.
Its health is going down. It's the fact that there's like 3 of them and a giant also here killing me is what's
Listen,
causing me problems.
I respect that my cat is all wet. What's your cat's name? Chat wants to know.
Do you remember that when I got her and you asked me your name and you said I should call her John?
Yeah, I do.
So I suppose her name's John.
There we go, chat. Easy, dude. Easy.
She just looked at me like, you bitch. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Listen, it's a good. What's wrong with John? It's a great name. You picked the worst time possible to come and ask for dinner, sir. You picked the worst time possible. Oh my god.
Ma'am, what are you doing? Either get down or sit with me.
Listen, I'm glad I'm not the only one suffering out here. I'm glad I'm not the only one suffering, but yeah. Alright, him.
So what happened at the watchtower?
Okay.
I knew I could count on you.
Okay. That's fine, you know what? It's okay.
So it's true.
No, you're right. Listen.
Greybeards really
We're-
were summoning you.
Everyone it's just cats just climbing all around the place. I mean, to be fair, so it's fine. I don't, dude. Is this organized? What are they doing? Unbelievable.
They're communicating telepathically,
Mm.
for sure.
They know. They just know. Alright, so let me ask you, what is your favorite part of content creation? Because you did mention earlier that even before streaming, your friend said you were interested in content creation. So what is your favorite part of it? Of like anything?
Well, I just like meeting people. I like talking to people.
Okay.
I like making friends.
Yep.
I love connecting with all kinds of different people. That's what I like about it. I've been making content since I was young.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to do this since I was really young, like in high school, maybe even middle school.
I am Master Dragonborn.
My brother and me and my friends would film these weird, really cringy videos, and I would post them on YouTube. It was bad.
Listen. I want to say, like, I'm right there with you. I started making YouTube videos when I was like 14, 15. You know, when like indie horror games were the craze, and that's what everyone did. And I remember, like, I had the free version of Fraps, right? Where you could only record 30 seconds at a time. And I remember I would be playing like the like horror games and whatever, and like there was so many times I had to redo and fake reactions because like the jump scare would come.
Dylan, no, Dylan.
True.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, you're fine. There's so many times when like the 30-second recording would end when a jump scare would happen, so I'd have to go in and like record it again. And like every 30 seconds I'm pressing like F9 on the keyboard. And then I had to put like, basically a video would just be like 530-second clips just put in together right after the other one. Oh, it was a mess, dude. I'll tell you what.
It's so bad.
What is this? Your mom wears combat boots. What is this in relation to?
He's referencing the cringy videos. I know Dylan IRL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, what the heck is this?
Yeah. we were screaming at some children. We were also children.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they were the same age, so it wasn't weird.
I'm glad you
okay?
added that. Yeah. Keep going.
And one of them yelled as a defense, "Your mom wears combat boots." That was his comeback, and it was the funniest thing. I've laughed about it for a decade.
What?
It's been over a decade, but It was
Okay.
the weirdest comeback I've ever heard. It made no sense. None of us understood it, but it's fantastic. Just people are making fun of you. Just yell at them. Your mom wears
Your mom
combat
was,
boots.
dude. You know what? The psychological damage that's done. Like an insult is just an insult, but I mean that's stuck forever. Honestly, they were kind of onto something. They were kind of
Yeah,
onto
we
something.
all remember it.
Yeah,
We all remember it very
Yeah.
vividly.
dude.
No, that's not a mammoth. That's just a deer.
Why are you
Gosh
still
darn it.
hunting
I lost the
mammoth?
mammoth because it flung me far away.
Okay.
I need a mammoth tusk. That's why. I don't know where to get one.
For your
so I thought
solder?
I'd just go
You can
kill
find
it.
one in the companion's place up in Urvaska. There's one in the room off to the left. Sorry, it's you know when you go up to Dragon's Reach in White One? Just
Yeah.
before Dragon's Reach, to the right where the companions are, you can find one in there.
Oh, it's that easy?
Yeah. Yeah. You're actually out here hunting mammoths at level 1. Sorry. There's also one in the Bannered Mare on top of the shelf behind the counter. Listen, you know what? I respect it, honestly, don't worry. I respect it.
Oh, no. Cat. My cat. All those cords I was telling you about. She's like right on top of all of them. No,
Oh.
ma'am.
Dude, I know from
Sorry.
experience with the Nintendo Switch how finicky those cords are as well. I don't know if
Here.
it's like that for you, but like, I swear, dude, like, I'm terrified to unplug it. Because, like, I'm scared that if I do, it's gonna take me like 3 hours to get it to actually pick up the Switch again.
It's not my Switch. I have a brand new Switch. Even my old Switch, though, I didn't have issues. But
My Switch is just a bitch.
my N64 is real finicky. And it just decides to not load games all the time. And that's very frustrating.
I can 100% imagine. Dude, honestly, like, I'm genuinely impressed that you even get the N64 to even stream, honestly. That's kind of crazy to me. You know? Like, like, 100% I would just use an emulator just so I didn't have to deal with all the cords and everything. But I mean, it's kind of cool at the same time, you know? I wish...
It is.
I feel like you've made it in life once you, like, this is every gamer's dream, but to have, you know, have the gaming room, that, you know, with, like, multiple TVs and, like, everything set up. You know, you got all the consoles.
Hold on. Can I show you?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm not going to show you under my desk, because it's a mess, but just know there's my GameCube, my N64, my Switch, and my PlayStation 4 is right here under my desk. And then I have a TV, a monitor, and then my laptop in front of me. And then across from me, I have another TV set up with a Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3.
Okay, alright, I'm with you. I'm with you. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'll tell you, listen, you've already, listen. You've started the collection early. I've got, I would pull out the Atari 2600, but I pull it out all the time. I'm sure people are sick of me pulling it out. But, yeah, that's all. I have a lot of, listen, I've got, like, my PlayStation 1 is up there with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3. I don't know why I said PlayStation 1 and then went into the Xbox instead of just saying 2 and 3 after that, but, like, it is what it is. I've got, like, do you know what I've surprisingly never had? I've never had a Game Boy. Not a single one, not a Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance. Like, I have like 3 Nintendo DS's, like a bunch of like the other Nintendo DS's and stuff like that.
I got the DS that has the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, the OG one. Yeah.
It's actually a Zelda special DS.
That's the only reason, the OG Nintendo DS having that is the only reason I got to play Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And,
yeah.
Which, you know, was really hard for me, because, well, yeah, okay, we'll get to this later, but I suppose, okay, for a really long time, Blaziken was my favorite Pokemon.
Okay.
But, like, in order to get Blaziken, you needed the Gen 3 games. But I didn't have... Dude, it was this whole convoluted thing, alright? We're up visiting family, and they just happened to have, Ruby and Emerald and stuff like that. And I remember, like, we're only there for a few hours, and like I asked him if I could like play it. And I was speed running. I was speed running, trying to like give myself the 3 starters before we had to leave, like getting through the intro of the game and setting it over. Dude, I'll tell you what, I only ever managed to get Torchic and Treco. I never got to get the OG Mudkip for my games, but yeah. I don't know.
So you've been speedrunning since you were a child.
Yeah. I don't speedrun, please! But, yeah. I don't know. Kind of. Ah, dude.
Wait, where did you say the mammoth tusk was at? Because I
There's an easy...
already forgot.
Do you know where the inn is in Whiterun?
No.
From like if you like fast travel to Whiterun and just walk forwards.
I'm in Whiterun.
Yeah, if you fast travel to
Okay.
Whiterun, if you legit just run forwards, you'll like end up at the Bannered Mare, which is the inn, and behind the counter, there's a tusk on top of the shelf. Easy one up there. You'll probably have to like pick it up, which you can do by like, you know, holding the interact key on it if you don't know how to do that, and drag it to a different room. But yeah, that's a lot of information taken all at once. If you need more advice, just let me know. But yeah, what's good, Waffle? Welcome in, bro. You're a hand turn.
What is bone break fever?
Bone break fever? Is it just a disease? I'm don't worry, like, I'm sure you can just ignore that, honestly.
Will they kill me if I steal from them?
Yeah. If you like, are you using keyboard and mouse or controller?
Controller.
What's the button you use to like pick things up? What button is that?
A.
Okay, so if you look at it and you hold the A button down, you'll pick it up, and like physically it'll start floating in front of you rather than you stealing it. So after you do that, you can then drag it to a different room where they can't see you and pick it up there.
I can take you. Where do you want to go?
Hey.
Gotta trust me. Just gotta take my word for it. I'm definitely not leading you astray to get like ahead in the game. Definitely.
I don't do charity.
I've
Not
always
even.
No right.
I've always got no gold.
They don't think of this as like stealing or even suspicious.
Yeah,
at all.
no, that's fine. I'm just. This is a mighty fine item. I'm just walking it into this back room over here where no one else is. Oh,
Don't
it
mind
disappeared.
me.
Yo. Just walking out awkwardly because there's an entire mammoth tusk shoved up your ass. Like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. Don't even sweat it. All right. So, sorry. Now I
Oh,
can.
that's an event spawn.
Okay. Okay. What was the content creator specifically that inspired you to start and give it a go? Like, what content creator was like the very first one that you watched and you were just like, I could do that, or I would like to do that?
So, like I said earlier, I've been doing it a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think back then, I don't remember entirely.
My carrot. Where do you want to go?
It was like,
Climb and back.
we would watch a lot of Bo Burnham,
Why is it always raining?
and as cringy and crappy as he was, we watched Shane Dawson quite frequently, and he used to be cool. We used to think he was
Yeah.
cool, because we didn't know better.
Mm-hmm.
I think those were the 2 big ones back then that, when I was a kid, made me want to do it. As an adult, I take inspiration from different people. Probably Markiplier is my favorite.
I don't mean to cause you to draw. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't know what happened, but have you heard about the whole, like, apparently, like, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, like, unfollowed each other everywhere on social media and stuff like that?
No.
And all that? Like, I don't know what's going on, if there's anything there, but, like, I don't know if there was a falling out or something, but... Listen, I'm gonna say I love Jack, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Unless Mark is, like, actually, like, a shitter or something like that, like, yeah, man, like...
He's no way.
I'm taking...
I don't believe it. I
Bro,
love Markiplier.
If Markiplier turned around and it came out that Markiplier was actually like a really shit person, I like, you know what I mean? It'd be like telling a child that Santa Claus isn't real. Like, I would be devastated. I would be so sad.
Can I tell you a story about Markiplier?
Mm-hmm.
I hated him when I was until I got into him. I hated him. I thought he was dumb. I thought he just screamed a bunch. I didn't like him. I didn't I was not into him. And then did you watch Unis Honest at all when
No.
he did that?
I never watched a
Well-
single Unis. Sorry to cut you off. I just want to put it out. The reason I specifically chose not to watch a single Unis Annus video because they planned from the start to delete everything. That's why I never watched it. I don't know why, but in my brain it's like because like the content was being made with the thought process that it was all going to be deleted. In my head it was like, well, it just feels like a waste of time to me, so I just never watched a single episode. But yeah, keep going.
Oh, it was so beautiful. It was very inspiring. I watched it. I watched that, and that was really inspiring to me. I watched it every single day. They uploaded a video, Mark and Ethan and Amy, and I watched it every single day. And they talked, and it was deep and it was meaningful. And then after a year, they deleted it. And it was sad, and they deleted it on a live stream. Like them deleting it ended the live stream. It was very impactful for me. And in a year, Mark did things. He faced huge fears that he had. He's scared of water. I don't know if you knew that. And he went on a boat in the ocean, and he swam in the ocean. And
Oh, dude, I don't
some
wanna do
other
that.
things.
Oh, like, listen, I'm not scared of water, but yeah, I mean, I want no part in the ocean, but for real, yeah. But
Yeah, I don't either. But he faced his biggest fear, and he went and faced it. And that is just so cool to me. And they did a bunch of stuff in a year, and it was super cool. And then it ended, and I have a aversion to needles because of something that happened when I was younger, but I've always really liked tattoos. I've always wanted tattoos, but I've been scared to get them because I actually have seizures whenever I'm like around needles. So,
Really?
to commemorate Unis Honest, I got my first ever tattoo.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
It's so crappy. It's my little sister, well, she's not my sister, but she is. She did it for me. She did it in 3 sessions because I have such a huge problem with needles that it took her
Fair.
3 sessions for this tiny little tattoo. But I did it, and it was my first one, and now I have a bunch.
Let's
like-
go. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's thanks to Markiplier. I finally faced my fear and did it.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is it. This is why if it comes out Markiplier as like a shitter, I would be so depressed. I don't care about like anyone else. Mark is like the only one I need. Also, Mira, welcome in, gamer. Thank you so much for stopping by. How you doing? But yeah, dude. I was the exact same way when I first, because the way that I found Mark's content is, you remember back in the day when like PewDiePie and like Omwrecker and RPG Minx and all that would do like the Garry's Mod stuff, like the Trouble in Terrorist Town and Murder collabs. That's where I found Markiplier. So like I was sort of forced to listen to him. And I thought he was the most obnoxious dickhead I've ever seen in my life. I genuinely hated him. And like, I remember I was doing like a World of Warcraft raid, like LFR or something, and one of his videos started auto-playing after one of them, right? And like, I was too busy like mashing buttons and stuff like that to change it, so I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll deal with it. And it was the crazed butt stabber video. And the rant at the end of it just had like 13-year-old me just like almost crying in tears. Sorry, my game almost crashed.
Yeah.
Crying in tears, just laughing so hard. And Markiplier has 100% been my favorite content creator ever since, you know? He's not the content creator
I do.
He's not the content creator that inspired me to start, but ever since then, it's 100% been my favorite. And I don't know, it's just so funny to me that you also thought that he was just like a really annoying, just idiot, dude.
Oh, I hated him.
Yeah. I thought he was so, like, I remember like sitting there as a 13-year-old, like, dude, this dude's so stupid. Why does all these really cool dudes I love hang out with him? Meanwhile, he's like, by far, probably like the coolest of a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, it's so funny. I can't mention the content creator that inspired me to start making content because he ended up, doing things with a she was 17, but like I'm just gonna say child.
Oh,
Exactly,
that is
and
that's a minor. That's
yep,
yeah.
exactly. If they're below anything below 18 disgusts me. You know, it's all the same to me.
Right.
But yeah. So I specifically refuse to like ever even mention who this person was because you know they don't deserve to be mentioned. You know. Especially
Totally
considering
fair.
this dude had like a child and everything as well. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Disgusting, but yeah, like I'm glad you mentioned like as an adult or like as like a content creator you look up to now because like I never really thought about that. Or but yeah, Markiplier 100% my biggest inspiration. All the love and respect in the world for that guy. I don't know, like it's a really parasocial thing to look at two other content creators like not being friends in real life or something like that and getting upset about it, but like I don't know, I really like like Jacksepticeye and stuff like that, and like, you know, I've been watching Jack's content for a really long time as well, but I mean like I've got this weird thing, sorry, keep on.
Jack has been having issues with more than just Markiplier, from what I've heard. Just because, like, he was having issues with Mr. Beast a while back, too.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And someone else. I've never been a big fan of Jack. I find him also annoying, but I find him more endearing now that I watch Markiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jack has, like, some traits that I, like, don't respect. Like, for example, he's very, pandering. You know what I mean? Which I don't like. For example, I remember, like, when No Man's Sky came out, he was like his very first episode, he's like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever, I love this game, I love this, and then that's when like all the hate for it, like everyone else, where they're all like, this game sucks, it's nothing like what they said it was going to be, and then the very next episode he's just like, or like, he does like 2 episodes or something like that, or 2 streams, or 2 videos where he's like, I love this game, it's so cool, and then like, I think like a week later, like after everyone like was talking shit about it, he was like, oh yeah, No Man's Sky, I hate that game, it's like the worst thing ever, you know what I mean? And it's such a small thing, but like that's always stuck with me and been in the back of my mind, where I'm just like, okay, alright, so, like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Like, I all respected Jacksepticeye, very funny dude, great content creator and everything, but like, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just just that little bit of fakeness has just always been there for me that, like, I've always, like, thought about. I don't know. Player Zero, it's the grand champion. Gotta farm that drama, baby, yeah. Like, I don't know, man. But, like, if, between the two of them, I hope that, like, neither of them are an asshole, and it's just, like, you know, just 2 grown adults that have just, like, gone, like, okay, you know, time for us to go our separate ways, clearly we don't get along, and stuff like that, but, yeah. I've got this weird thing where, like, it's not like I pick sides and I'm like, oh, if 2 people I know are fighting, it's not like I go like, okay, well I'm gonna pick this person's side and you're now an asshole, but like, I don't know, I don't like engaging in the content of like the one that like I like less than the other one, if that makes sense to you.
Yes.
Right? Like, I like...
like, you punish them almost, like...
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like for example, if I had 2 friends, right? Two friends who are both streamers, right? It wouldn't... And, like, they started fighting, whatever. I would, like, pretty much, like, only stick with, like, one of them and wouldn't really engage with the other one that much unless, like, they came to me or something like that. I don't know why. Like, it's not like once again, it's not like I'd be picking sides or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know, you know, I just have this weird loyalty thing, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
yes.
I'm not fighting with them or anything like that, but like, I don't know, it's just difficult, you know what I mean? Oh. Alright, now that we've,
I get it.
yeah, now that we've talked shit about 2 of the most popular content creators in the world,
Should we add a third? Should we talk PewDiePie
yeah,
and Markiplier don't always get along?
PewDiePie guy, you know what I mean? Oh, Mr. Beast. Oh, I can't stand him, you know? Can't stand him. Like, do you know, I'm gonna say it, like, I'm not gonna get, like, I'm not gonna get in on this. I don't want to go in on it, but, like, the people who hate on Mr. Beast, and just, like, he only does it for, like, views and everything. It's like, him getting views is how he's able to support and help all these people. right?
Right.
I
It's
don't.
so silly.
The amount of people who are like, dude, Mr. Beast is such a piece of shit. He only helps people, you know, for views and stuff like that. It's like, that's how he helps. I don't understand that the way you're thinking or that logic, right? If he didn't get these views, if he didn't monetize these videos, he wouldn't get the money that he is then able to use to then go and help, like, blind kids in Africa or whatever. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, for, for real, I've never understood that mindset. I've never understood it. But yeah.
No, I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even like a Mr. Beast fan either. Like, I don't watch his content or anything like that. No, like, no hate to him. But like, as a person, I don't know how you could look at him and be like, you know, he's a bad person. Like, dude, ain't no way.
No.
But yeah.
I actually really like Mr. Beast. I watch a decent amount of his stuff off and on.
Mhm.
Not as much. Like, Markiplier releases a video, I'm watching it that day. Mr. Beast, I'll go through like once every 4 or 5 months. I'll watch a handful of videos.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel that.
I
Yeah.
like him though. I don't know.
The graybeards seem to think
That's
you're the
fair. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not like a like I don't think I've ever like actually watched one of his videos all the way through. Like never like a single one. I've seen like clips like scrolling through like TikTok or Instagram or like Twitter or whatever. But yeah. But as a person, he just I don't know. It seems fine to me. But yeah. Now that we've, you know, insulted everyone, and there's a lot of people who unironically think that we probably were just talking shit, even though it was obviously sarcastic. Do you prefer stealth games or, like, just balls to the wall running in? Like, what do you think? What do you think? Do you
Oh,
prefer,
I
like...
cannot stand stealth games.
You hate stealth?
You'll have a chance to prove it to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Wind Waker, the game I mentioned earlier, the first dungeon you play in that game, you have to be sneaky, and every single time I'm like, please no, I don't want to do this. It doesn't even take that long, especially I've beat the game hundreds of times. It doesn't even take me that long, but I cannot stand it. Like, I'm so bored.
You know what? Completely
Get
valid.
me out of here, let me kill things.
It's so funny because like I used to like also despise stealth games, but a while ago I had a dude bet me he bet me like $1,000. $1,000 that I couldn't beat Dishonored without killing anyone and without being seen by anyone in one stream. And credit to him.
Wow.
Credit to him, he did actually pay up. I did get that $1,000. It took a very long time, but he did eventually come through and like pay up. So like mad respect for him actually doing that. But yeah, I did do it by the way. It's eventually like it was full on like I kid you not, like he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. I did that stream, and like he just like peaced out, and like he came back a year later and just dropped $1,000. I was like. You know, like, here's the thing, like, if it was just like, nah, I'm not actually gonna do it, whatever, you know, at the start, because I gave plenty of, like, options. It wasn't like, I was like, you better do it, like, at the start, I'm like, are you sure, like, if you promise you'll do it, I'll do it, and everything, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it, and he did do it eventually, but yeah, like, funnily enough, me doing that, Dishonored, without being seen, without killing anyone, it was extremely, well, the start of it was extremely difficult. Like, the first 3 levels were hard. The rest were pretty easy after that. But, like, I don't know why. Because, like, I've never liked stealth, but I know it was the most fun I'd ever had playing, freaking, Dishonored. Believe it or not, just running through, like, avoiding everyone, not getting in any fights or doing anything like that was the most fun I'd ever had playing the game. Which is kind of crazy, honestly. Maybe you need, like, that experience, you know what I mean? You need the experience to bring it back for you. Who knows, you know what I mean?
Oh, maybe. I like sneaking in Skyrim.
Yeah.
But I still hate it in other games.
Valid. Dude, I remember like one time, like Waffle and I were playing Metal Gear Solid 5 together at the same time. Like, you can't, like, not the same games. We're just like Waff and I used to like play games just at the same time as each other. Like we'd start them and we'd just like play our own games, and like we'd like wait for each other at the end of levels and stuff like that. Man, it's kind of crazy.
Something bad happened in Whiterun.
I owe you some
What have you done to White? Dude, if I go over to Whiterun, like
I didn't.
everyone's dead. I swear to
It
God.
wasn't.
Go ahead.
There's
Listen.
a lot of dead people. It wasn't me though.
What do you mean it wasn't you? What is happening in
I didn't
Whiterun?
kill them.
Alright.
But like the lady who stands outside the blacksmith place, she's dead. And then there's like 2 guards. Edolaf is dead. And another guard. There's just a bunch of dead people at the entrance.
What is going on down in Whiterun? What is happening down
What
there?
happened?
Listen.
I don't know. I
Okay.
was just trying to bring the mammoth tusk to this girl whose face is a different color than her chest, which is really throwing me off.
Are you talking about my
I
wife?
don't know what's
Are you talking about my
happening.
wife? Are you talking about you sold her?
Talking about, yeah.
You're talking about my wife? That's my wife. Don't you come in here and
That's
insult
my wife.
That's my wife.
That's my wife.
Okay, what's your wife now? I mean, like, to be fair, you know, you got me there. You have got me there. I haven't married her.
But her face is like white and her chest is like really tan, and I don't know what's going on.
Hey.
I think the game's
Wow.
broken.
Listen, okay. Maybe she really likes hats and walking around without clothes on. You ever think about that? You ever think about that?
Maybe.
Maybe she's really
Or
confident.
just like wears a mask,
Yeah, she's
but
like,
nothing else.
she's secretly one of those cultists that come from Sovngarde to attack us after the dragon shows up.
Oh, I just found a dead
Oh.
cultist.
Maybe that's what happened. Your cultists spawned in a Whiterun because I got through that part of the quest. Oh, that's kind of funny. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 dead cultists right here.
Yeah. Well, that may have
Why
been
is
my
their
bad.
skin gray?
That's because they're dark elves.
Oh.
So I just came up and so sorry, dude. I love game racism. Sorry. Oh god, it's just a different race. You're like, what is that disgusting thing? A
I
cat?
was worried about it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like,
Oh, you thought they? Oh, what do you think
just-
they got lit up with flames or something like that?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Listen.
or like poisoned.
Okay, all right.
I
No,
don't know.
that makes sense. That makes sense. You're right. You kind of spitting. All right. Hear me out.
I just-
Okay. So keep going,
I just saw a hay pile and thought I could jump into it like Assassin's Creed.
bro.
Oh
listen.
my gosh.
Did you just die to a hay bale?
No, no.
That would be hilarious if that was
Barely,
something. in the game.
barely.
That would be, dude. I wish there was a high drop off point in Skyrim with like hay at the bottom of it, and if you jumped off it, you just died instantly. Like
That would be amazing.
I would love it. What have you found to be the best ways to promote your content outside of Twitch? If you do that. I know you mentioned earlier that like when you started streaming, you know, hit up your friends on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I do. I don't do much. I should do more. Actually, you know what?
What?
That's bullshit and it's a lie. I'm not trying to lie. That's now. But when I first started streaming, I didn't. I utilize Facebook, not just my friends, but they have these groups on Facebook that do like, what's it called? Follow for follow, which I'm not gonna sit there and follow a bunch of people just so they'll follow me. That's silly. But
Yeah.
a lot of times in those groups, you'll see other people posting about Discord channels where they help small streamers get bigger, and they're like communities of people. And I joined a couple of those, and I talked to people in them. And so what we would do is we would talk, and everybody who joined, they would get announced when people were live, so people would go watch them, and we would raid each other to help each other out, and just kind of support each other that way. And then just watching other streamers just all the time. You watch them, and if none of the people in that chat are live, then they raid somebody else, and you go and you watch them and you talk to them, and they raid somebody else and you talk to them and all the people in their chat, and then you keep doing it. Eventually these people start to know you, and they talk to you and they'll watch your stream and you'll watch their stream, and then eventually 3 years later you're gonna play Skyrim together.
Hey, don't throw me in here. Listen, I'm just a little guy out here for real. Yeah, I've never see, that's like the worst. I know for a fact it's like what I'm worst at, like as a streamer, is engaging with, what the hell's this guy? Engaging with like other people and like talking to other streamers. Because I'm very much like I'm like a very like passive person. I never reach out to other people, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mentioned to you like the other day, like I would never like go out of my way to like message you or whatever, but if you messaged me I would have like no problem with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'd be more than happy to talk to you.
I'm kind of similar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I carry that with me like into streaming and stuff as well. Like I almost never go and like meet new streamers. I pretty much like exclusively only go and hang out and talk to streamers that have found me or come and talk to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't now, but when I was first streaming, I did it a lot. It's such a different, like, now compared to when I started streaming, I feel like I'm an entirely different person, and technically I am. Because when I started streaming, I had a lot of health issues that I was working on, and so I was on a bunch of like mind-altering medications, and I guess it made me not really care about the things that make me anxious as a streamer now, which is talking to other streamers makes me anxious.
Yeah.
Unless I've known them a long time.
Uh-huh.
But back then I had no fucks to give. I was like, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna talk your ear off, and if you're annoyed, I'm not gonna be able to tell.
That's like,
so I got kind of lucky.
yeah, that's fair. That's like, it's exactly why like like when I mentioned earlier, everything when I streamed, like every stream I did was like with Waffle, because like I just wasn't confident enough to you know, stream myself and like, you know, hold conversations and talk to people and stuff like that. Which is so it's so funny how quickly that changed, and it reached a point where like now I'm just like I almost like I don't want to go as far as to say that I despise talking to, you know, other people on stream, because it's not like that, but like, you know, I'm much more comfortable just doing my own thing on my own stream and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is sort of what I'm doing here. I'm trying to like push myself outside of that comfort zone and get used to organizing and doing things with other content creators and talking to other people and stuff like that.
Yes. I think it's good to have a nice mix. Like, for a while there, I was doing a lot of streams where it was multiplayer games and I was playing with a lot of people. And that's kind of all I was streaming. Not because I didn't want to stream anything else, but because... Or not because I, like, a confidence thing, or... I just happened to really want to be playing games with these people. And that happened to overlap with when I would stream. So I just did it. But I missed that solo streaming in the... I can do what I want, I can say what I want, I don't have to listen to other people talking, they're not going to interrupt me, I don't have to worry about interrupting them, and I can just talk to my chat, which I really like doing.
Yeah, see, like,
my
that's...
chat's fun.
Yeah, that's... Honestly, that's sort of why I'm so anti co-streaming, right? Like, I'm 100% fine with people jumping in stream, when, like, they're not streaming, but, like, the whole, like... Because, like, when you're live, especially, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just natural. You want to talk and interact with people in your chat and everything. But, like, as smaller content creators, because, like, that's what we want to do. We want to interact with everyone. Because, like, we're lucky to have the people that we do come into stream and talk to us, right? But, yeah, when you're in, like... Yeah, when you're in, like, a co-streaming situation, and it's, like... You know, in the middle of your game or whatever, it's like... Billy Bob 56, thank you so much for the sub. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like it's kind of annoying like that. You know.
It feels like awkward.
Yeah, you know.
Like, we're in the middle of a conversation, and then I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, hold on. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Twizzy." Those are actual people. Sorry, I couldn't think of a random one.
Yeah,
but
you're fine.
And then everybody's like, wait, what? What's going on? And then they're trying to talk, and I'm like, okay, now I have to mute myself entirely, like, or deafen in Discord, deafen.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that, and then I feel like a dick, and I'm like, I don't want to be a dick to my friends, and I don't want to be a dick to my stream. So it's just, I hate it. I don't hate it, I like it, but I balance.
Yeah,
Need a little bit of both.
Completely valid, but yeah, no, this is like that specifically is like why I just never do co-streams. I'm happy to like jump into someone else's stream, and I'm happy to like have other people on my stream, but like I just don't want to like, at least while I'm a small content creator, I think it's different when you're bigger, because like you don't thrive off your chat, you know.
Yes.
When you're a bigger content creator, chat's just sort of there, and you can interact with chat like willy-nilly whenever you want, go in and out. But like us smaller ones, we really thrive off of people talking to us, right? As much as I love lurkers, and lurkers are very important to us, like for us specifically, lurkers are the backbone of like bigger chats, but we need our chatters. We need those people to bounce off and to interact with us and to, you know, keep us going and stuff like that. And so, like, to ignore that, like, even now, like, there's a lot of messages in chat that I have read, you know, and, like, just, I'm, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, you know, I'm reading your messages and all that, but I'm, you know what I mean? It's just, unfortunately, like, I'm trying to focus on, like, Paige and everything, you know? So, yeah. Blame Paige, it's all her fault.
I don't mind.
It's all Paige's
at
fault.
all.
If you want to know what...
If you tell me, shut the fuck up, let me read this chat. You can just do it. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Because, like, the way I'm looking at it, I'm doing these co-streams so rarely that, like, if people want to come in here and what they want is to interact heavily with me, all of my other streams are like that. I do streams
they
with
just wait till tomorrow.
Exactly, right? Just wait till my next stream, and you can come in and you can interact with me normally. I'll be there, I'll read all your messages. I try very hard to read everyone's messages and interact with everyone, even though everyone treats me like shit, but it's okay, it is what it is. I'm ignoring us, yeah. But yeah, so like for this one, and these types of videos, I'm 100% just focused on the other person that I'm with, right? Yeah, don't worry, it's all you, Paige, you're all that matters here. None of these guys in chat, look at them, a bunch of nerds.
Yeah. Fuck all of them. Only me today.
Let them know. Let them know. And also YouTube audience who are definitely watching in the future. Much love to you guys. You guys are important as well. But not these Twitch chatters. Get them out of here. Disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? Gross. Alright, so... Okay, here's an interesting one. First video game console. First video game console.
That I ever had?
Yep, the very first one. The very first one you even just played on. You didn't even have to own it.
I don't think I ever played on one until I owned one.
Okay.
Or maybe I did. I don't know. Memory from my childhood isn't very great.
Valid.
Oh no, a dead horse!
I didn't do it. It was me.
I want to say it was a Game Boy Advance.
She's just saying it now because she knows I never got to play a Game Boy. She's only saying it.
Now you need to interact with us.
No, we always had
Think the
Nintendo. That's an event spawn. It's a Sigalith.
I appreciate you calling that out because like I don't have the brain power. I wish I could like merge that into my intellect and be able to call that out. Sorry, keep going.
I had to have sounds. My brain just sees it out the corner of my eye. I have a sound alert though.
Yeah.
But I want to say it was either the Game Boy or it was my GameCube. I cannot remember.
Ain't no way this dude's... Oh my god. Am I actually gonna die? What the heck?
No. It had to have been a Game Boy because I loved Pokemon. When I was in kindergarten, Pokemon, my best friend in the world, his name was Blake. As a 5-year-old, right? I haven't talked to him since I was 5. But at the time, my best friend in the whole world loved Pokemon. So I loved Pokemon. And we had all the cards. And I think my parents got me a Game Boy so I could play Pokemon.
Oh man.
I think that's what happened.
It's kind of... I never had like friends to play games with because I was just a little country boy from the outback, unfortunately. So obviously, as you can imagine, in outback Australia, video games aren't very popular, so it was always just sort of me. But
ADHD. It is.
I remember as like a 5-year-old seeing like the ads on TV. Well, not 5. I think it was 4 or 5. For Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and like it's it's so crazy like looking back on it, because like I remember like I'm gonna sound like such a spoiled brat right now. I did not grow up rich, okay? I did not grow up rich, but like I kid you not, my mother took me to like Big W or whatever, and I got a Nintendo, and I swear to God, like they just kept handing me games. They kept I got like for like Christmas I got a Nintendo DS, both Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and then like 10 other games or whatever. I know why in hindsight now. It's because it's funnily enough, it's why I think that I have undiagnosed ADHD, because I had like a lot of problems in school when I was very young, and I think everyone thought it, because like my parents also got a divorce around that time. They got divorced and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think that they thought that I was like
buttering you up for the divorce.
Yeah, I think they thought I was having a really tough time. I was upset over the divorce, which had me so confused, because like I was sent to like counseling sessions and everything where they would ask me about the divorce, and like I was always so confused because it never really bothered me that much. And to this day, I really want to go and get like checked for ADHD now, because I think that that's why like as a kid I was like flipping out, like always freaking out and flipping out and stuff like that. And while I was having the problems I was having, and I think that like it got covered up because like I said, they thought that I was really upset over that
Was it like
divorce.
anger problems?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those.
Yeah, that sounds like ADHD. That's really common in males who have ADHD, is anger issues as a child.
Yeah, I used to get like in a lot of fights and stuff like that, and
yeah,
I would get in like in trouble with teachers and stuff like every single day, and everything. And like I said, I think that like everyone thought that it was like the divorce and everything, which like I said, it always confused me because like I had never really been that affected by it, like. You know, because like here's the thing, here's why, right? Because when my parents got divorced and my father moved out, he moved in with his mother, or my grandmother, and they lived next door. So, you know what I mean? My parents were divorced and everything, lived in completely separate houses, but those houses were literally right next to each other. So
it was like basically nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
different.
Exactly, it was pretty much that. It's just that my dad and my mother just lived in different houses, but like those houses were only a 200-meter walk away from each other, so I was never really affected by it. So I genuinely think that I need to go and get that like checked out when I have spare time and everything to do that. But yeah, kind of interesting.
Remind me, how old are you?
I am 25.
Okay, you're a little younger, so maybe, but divorce was not super common when I was in like elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
It was not common that people didn't have parents that were together still. So my parents weren't together before I was even born. Like they got pregnant and they broke up, and I never saw my parents together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody always thought that was the weirdest thing. And then years later, people would go through a divorce, and like I'd have friends that parents would go through divorce, and they just have the hardest times. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just get over it.
Dude,
but they looked at it like this horrible thing.
It's so funny because like I went to I still live in a really small town where pretty much everyone knows each other, and still like my father basically, you know, rest in peace and all that. But like he was around so little that one time he tried picking me up from school, and a teacher had to run out because she thought I was getting abducted, because she didn't know who this man was, because like my mother was the only one that ever picked me up and all that.
That's kind of funny.
Dude, I remember this teacher like pulling me, like dragging me over the fence and everything. Like, what are you doing? Who do you know this man? I'm like, yeah, it's my dad. It's like,
my dad, my papa.
It's my papa. You know what I mean? I remember him just like laughing, like just dude. My dad was such a dickhead. Honestly, he was such an asshole. I've never met anyone in my life who was as much of a dickhead as my dad was. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, you gotta meet my dad.
Like I loved him, but he was such a dickhead. Maybe listen, Who knows? It's how you get the incredible personalities that we have.
Yes.
100%. Okay.
Having dickhead dads.
Yeah, exactly. You need it. Builds character. You know what I mean? The number one tip.
Best thing that ever happened. Yeah,
100%.
I relate to that, Grass.
This-
That's what that says, right, Grass?
My dad left when I was 4. Probably the best thing that ever happened. He was a dickhead. I mean, dickhead more in a playful way, but yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry if your dad is really bad, Paige. I apologize.
My dad's whatever, but I just get like some parents just should not be together, and it's just a good thing that they're not.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. So, hear me out. The number one tip you'd give to someone who's interested in content creation.
Content creation or Twitch streaming?
Content creation in general. Anything. Making music, making YouTube videos. What is, like, the number one tip overall you think someone who is interested in doing any of this needs to be aware of?
Don't think you know better than anyone else.
100%. That's, like, that's something that that's like a growing pain thing. Right, where like at all points, even like us now, right? Like as a newer streamer, I would like look at people who had like less viewers than me or whatever, and be like, what do they know? They don't get as many viewers as I do, and just like shrug their opinions off, which is something I've like had to work on a lot to like get over. You know, even like just the feeling of just being above people in general. Because I remember, like back when I had, like, when I'd get, like, 40, 50 viewers, more, like, normally. I think it was when, like, Anniversary Edition was a bit newer. But, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know when people, like, do, like, one-person raids? Like, I remember, like, there was a time when that would, like, actually annoy me. Because I would only look at it as someone who's, like, trying to promote themselves. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but like,
I heard you say that once, and now it sticks with me. Every time I go to raid, I feel bad because I'm like, I only have two.
Which it shouldn't.
These two people might love you, and you might get 2 new viewers. So I'm doing it. I don't care.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with it, and I was 100% in the wrong for that take, as it was a terrible take to have. I'm sure those people are out there, but to just assume that like people are just doing the worst. When there's someone who's just trying to engage and do this thing that you're doing, and they just might not have, you know, gotten off like you have, and like gotten that boost or gotten off the ground yet, or are new to it, to just assume that they're just there like that is just such a cunt thing to do. You know? And like, I obviously don't look at that anymore. Anyone who raids in here, if they come in and it's just them, I appreciate them even coming to stream, you know? That was something that, like, I definitely needed to learn. And get over.
You know I raid you, like, every time I stream, right?
Listen, I appreciate it. I appreciate it every single time.
You complained about it, not when I did it, but when somebody else did it, and after that, I made it a point. I said, I'm gonna do this every time. Until it started affecting your game, and then if it was that game, I don't remember what game it was, you haven't played it in a while. But when it affected your game, then I stopped doing it, and then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna keep doing it, and somebody's gonna stay. One of these times, he's gonna get a new viewer, and he's gonna see. Because you weren't complaining directly about me, you were complaining about somebody else.
I've never been upset about you. Like, because I know you, right? I know you. Like, it's completely different. Like, if it's someone you know, I know. Like, I don't have that, like, you know, that assumption of, you know, malice or whatever, where they're just trying to, like, use or abuse me to help themselves. It's when you have, like, a random person raid you with, like, one viewer that it would, like, upset me or, like, annoy me. But yeah, like, I'm well above that. Don't worry, you were always fine. You were always fine. But yeah, like, that's 100% a negative, terrible trait that I had, and I'm really glad that I don't have it anymore. It's funny how much stuff like that you just sort of, like, learn and grow above and develop. You know, as another, like, I feel like we, as streamers as well, really take for granted the people who, like, do come into stream, like, day in, day out. Like, you're asking people to come in and spend, like, hours of their time, like, every day or whatever, just there, watching your content. Yeah, talking, right? That no one has any reason to do any of that. You know what I mean? And that's something I think...
Well, that's why, like...
Okay, go on.
I think my viewers especially those ones, they're like my friends. Like, it's not just, oh, they're my viewer and they watch me every day. These people are my friends. These are the people that I talk to every single day. And they're here for me every single day, and I'm there talking to them. We're friends. That's kind of how I see it.
I refuse to call any of these cheddars my friends because they're all assholes to me all the time. Fuck them. Screw all yours.
I spend so much time in your chat that I find some of these people, my friends, not really, but kinda.
Listen, I'm sure they
I was
appreciate
in there
it.
a lot.
I can't listen. I can only look at these people and think, bitches. Are we friends? Maybe, B-Bud. You're pretty cool. You're pretty cool, B-Bud. But yeah, that's great advice. You deserve it all. But like this Grasscoder dude. YouTube comment section, if you made it this far in the video, please insult Grasscoder just because I think it's funny. Thank you. Yeah.
That's something that I have come across a lot with people. Obviously, you are where I make other content than just Twitch. And that's something I come across a lot, is people trying to boss me about what I do and why I do it. And also, they ask me for my advice, and then I give it to them, and they tell me that it's wrong advice. And I'm like, okay, who's the one who does it? Like, maybe it won't work for you, maybe it will, but don't just tell me my advice is wrong and stop acting like you know more than me.
Yeah, nah. Especially if they're asking you for advice, and nah, dude, that's fucked. You know, because like,
it
here's the
happens
thing.
to me at least once a month.
I think it's, yeah, nah, that's messed up. I would, like, if someone did that to me, if I like was just trying to friendly give someone advice and they turn around and said some shit like that, that person would never see me ever again. I'll tell you right now for free. I would not take that shit. I don't play these games. Nah, no offense. That's such a cunt thing to do. Dude, that annoyed.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, just saying that pissed me off. It annoyed me.
They're usually random people who've never even talked to me. They happen upon my stream, happen upon my links, and ask me, like, they'll message my Discord, and then they're asking me, what's your advice? So I give it to them, and they're like, no. And I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, why the fuck are you asking?
Yeah, people.
If you want to get into content creation, don't act like you know better than anybody, and just listen to all the advice and apply it to whatever you think is gonna work for you. But don't be a dick.
I feel like one of the best, like it's mindset. Mindset is everything for something like this, and like keeping yourself like, you know, going. Because like, here's the thing: if you want to get into doing stuff like this, you're gonna be doing it for a very long time. You're gonna be doing, if you want to get anywhere, you're just gonna be years. Don't think it's like, oh, you know, I'll start streaming and in like a couple of months or whatever, I'll have some people and they'll help me get more people. No, you're gonna be doing this for years before you get anywhere. And it's not just because you need years to find people, it's years for you to hone yourself as a content creator to the point where you're worth watching, right? You're always improving. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the way that I like to think about it is like, do I have 100+ viewer average? No. You know what, like, do I get 500 viewers in my chat? No. So I clearly, you know, I don't know everything. You know, I as far as I'm concerned, I'm in the exact same boat as like anyone else who's below like 100 viewers. You know what I mean? Without like raids and stuff like that. Like we're all in this, like obviously it's like a bit different for newer viewers, as like, you know, they're getting accustomed streaming and like, you know, norms and stuff like that. For example, like, as a newer streamer, you probably don't think about like announcing yourself as going to stream or something like that as being that bad, but that's like a big no-no. You know, you don't go into another streamer's chat and then like mention that you're gonna go stream now or anything like that unless the streamer asks for it. You know, but yeah, 100%.
That's something I've done unintentionally. Like,
yeah, I've done it to like a really close friend. I remember like Commander Panda. I don't know if you ever like known him or whatever, but like I remember one time I was in his stream and I was in there chatting for a while and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go start my stream now, bro. Like, it was just a throwaway line just to let him know that like I wasn't in stream anymore for him to talk to me anymore. But like it came across as me being like, hey everyone, I'm gonna go stream now. Come watch my stream instead, right? And that's how it comes off, even if you like don't mean for it to. Yeah, come enjoy my stream, everyone. Unbelievable.
I struggled with that because I didn't know, because like I mentioned earlier, the way that I started streaming and promoting initially, we did that intentionally for each other. We would let each other know when we were going live to know who to raid, and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of those groups that I was in. So when I met other people that weren't in those groups, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go stream now, like bye. And then I learned that that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh,
it's
I didn't have bad intentions.
You know what I mean?
It's
It's
something you gotta learn.
yeah, it's funny. It's just like a social thing. You just sort of like learn like the norms of what's accepted, like with other streamers and stuff like that. But anyway, enough of the depressing stuff. Listen, hear me out. Yeah, you big anime fan? I assume so by the background. Listen, what have you been watching recently?
I'm actually not that huge into anime.
Oh, okay.
I just really like the ones that I like, which happens to be One Piece and Dragon Ball. The most recent anime I've watched was Spy Family. I loved it.
I've wanted
Spy
to
Family
watch
is
that one.
actually really good.
I've wanted to watch it. Sorry to cut you off real quick. Keep what you're thinking of in your head. I have only watched Dragon Ball for like last like 3 years. I haven't watched like really any other anime. Like I've seen like a couple other small ones, you know, like Rudolph Healer, you know, just stuff like that. But mostly I just watch Dragon Ball over and over again. I don't know why.
It's fair. I did that a lot. I never watched any anime. I watched one, I think it was Gurren Lagann, and I didn't hate it. And then I watched Magi and I didn't hate it. And then I went and saw the Broly movie. And I cried. Because I'd never seen anything about Dragon Ball. So I watched the Broly movie and I see Frieza freaking... can I give spoiler about a...
Yeah, it's fine. It's
6-year-old movie?
Yeah.
Okay. He kills freaking Broly's dad and I cried. I was like, that is fucked up, man. And I cried in the movie theater.
Oh
and I was like, I have to watch this show. And I watched it from the very beginning. And that's all I watched for a long time until I watched One Piece.
Yeah, okay. You just proved like a thought I've had for a long time, where I think that the beginning of Broly makes it so if anyone wanted to get into Dragon Ball, my idea is I show them the Broly movie. Because the beginning of Broly, like, it quickly goes through the Dragon Ball Z arcs, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't give them all the information they need to know, but it gives them enough to know what's happening in that self-contained story there, you know?
Yeah.
And if, like,
For sure.
Yeah, I genuinely, like, genuinely, it happened with you, where you watched it and you're like, okay, this is awesome, I want to go and watch the other stuff. And, like, that's how I would get people into Dragon Ball now. I would show them...
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, Broly, and if they like what they see, because Broly, I think, like, perfectly encapsulates everything that is not original Dragon Ball, but like Dragon Ball Z and Super, which is like, you know, the big boy aspects, yeah. But yeah.
Something ironic about that.
Yeah.
I went and watched it from the beginning, so I watched Dragon Ball,
and
I love Dragon Ball. I hate Dragon Ball Z. I hate it. I cannot stand it. I think it sucks. The Frieza fight is 28 episodes, and that's why.
Listen,
that's why.
That's why Kai exists.
It's all fighting.
That's why Kai exists. Kai gets rid of all the filler. Hear me out. Hear me out. All right, I need you to watch Dragon Ball Z again. All right, do it for me, but watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, because it cuts out all the filler and like all a load of like the stuff that's gone, and then feel about the pacing. I need you to do it.
I'll try, but I hate it for other reasons too. Because in Dragon Ball, Goku's dumb because he's a little baby, and he's not a baby, but he's isolated. He's never met other humans other than Gohan, and so he's just kind of ignorant. He's not stupid. And in Dragon Ball Z, they made him a dumbass. He's like, he is nothing.
It got worse going into Super. Like, in Z, here's the thing, he's a genius when it comes to fighting, and then in Super, he's just like, kissing? Who's she? Like, oh my god, please. What
was he doing to her?
Yeah, what was she doing to him? Like,
Goku, you have children!
Yeah, Jesus. Goku's a victim, that's what I think. But yeah, nah, fair.
I stand by. Bulma is the biggest bitch in the whole series. Chi has a reason to be that way. Her husband's never kissed her.
Really?
Like,
You think that about like Bulma even after watching OG Dragon Ball? Really?
Yep.
Really?
Have you watched OG Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
She uses and lies to Goku, and she steals his grandpa.
She's just a girl, you know what I mean?
She steals his grandpa.
She's just a girl, you know what I mean?
She's 16.
Yeah,
No,
she's just a girl.
she's boy obsessed. No.
16-year-old
No,
girl.
Bulma is the worst. Bulma is the worst.
Oh, dude. I like Bulma. I think Bulma's pretty cool.
I'm only offended because so at the time that I watched Dragon Ball the first time, I had blue hair. And my boyfriend at the time called me Bulma, and I was like, I am not like her. Please, no.
I'm glad you said that, because I would have going forward, I would have thought that was a compliment, you know what I mean? But that's only because I respect Bulma so much, you know what I mean? Right?
She's a bitch. She uses people. She lies. Did you see her on the on Namek? She is terrible.
Listen.
She is.
I will give you
She's
that.
smart. She's smart and she's helpful, and they couldn't have done anything without her. I will give you her relevancy, but she is just the worst. She's a horrible person.
I will give you that. That like Bulma's character was not done any justice on Namek during the Namek saga, because she doesn't do anything. She's pointless. All she does is whinge and whine and stuff like that. Like, I will give you that. I will give you that. I love Bulma as a character, though. I will say.
I think there is something about intelligence and just kind of being a dick, though.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Well, I mean,
at least Chi-Chi has reasons.
I don't mean to brag about my intelligence, but like my nickname growing up was Dick, so you know what I mean. Has nothing to do with my middle name.
Krillin. Fuck Krillin. Krillin is my least favorite. I hate Krillin, and you know what lines up? Krillin is the same voice actor as Usopp in One Piece, and I fucking hate Usopp. I hate them both with a passion. I wish they would both die.
You hate Krillin?
And I laughed. The first time I ever watched OG Dragon Ball and Krillin died, I laughed.
No,
I
no
laughed.
way.
I straight up laughed.
What do you mean?
I go, my boyfriend's looking at me. He's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I hate him. I'm glad he's dead.
Well, Krillin.
And then he gets brought back. He gets brought back, and I'm like, gosh dang it.
Well, listen, you say you hate the Namek saga, but now I just imagine what you were feeling when he gets penetrated by Frieza, and Frieza just starts rocking him backwards and forwards. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I worded it like that, but like, you know what I mean?
That puts a pretty image in our heads.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Okay.
Oh. I just found the edge of the map. Sorry, I'll go on a tangent. I love Dragon Ball.
It's okay, don't worry.
And I hate Krillin.
Oh, Krillin.
It says I cannot go that way.
Oh, Krillin.
I found the edge of the map. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Hey, listen, first time for everything, right? First time for everything. Okay. Alright, let me ask you, Paige, alright? I don't know why I start every question with let me ask you, but like, it is what it is. What do you think is the most important thing when it comes to being a successful content creator? G'day, May.
Important thing, like...
Yeah, when it comes to finding success as a content creator.
Oh, for success.
Yeah.
I don't have that yet, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's true, but like, even someone of like your level, you know what I mean? Like, at any point, like, what have you found to be like the most helpful thing? Was it like interacting with all those other content creators?
At first, it was, yeah. I think now it's just developing good relationship with my viewers. For where I'm at, my viewers come back. I'm a variety streamer. People aren't coming there to watch what games I'm playing, which is kind of an odd thing. So I have to have a real good connection with these people to make them want to sit there and just talk to me. Especially because I could be playing anything at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I find most important, and I also really appreciate it because it's why I want to stream. I want to talk to people, so it keeps me more successful, and I like it.
It's
Does
fun.
that make sense? Does that answer the question?
Yeah, that's fun. That makes sense. It's funny how like that is 100% a very important thing, which I like also focus on as well. But like the way in which we go about, I get a lot of shit for being like mean to my community, Because I've got like that, I've got like a mad like bully sort of thing. Chat bullies me, I bully chat back. I get like a lot of people who come in here and are just like, why are you so rude? Like, bro, this is just the vibe around here. But yeah, like, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's sort of like the aim is to like achieve the exact same thing, where you're engaging with people to the point where they want to come back. Obviously yours is more friendly. Mine's like I just get people to come back in here and keep talking shit to me and all that. But yeah, it's sort of like, you know, like because you're a dickhead. Yeah, see, exactly, just like that, just like that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. All right, okay.
I'm just nicer. That's all.
Just a little bit. Yeah, fuck you. But like, listen, is that like a question or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
go then, fulfill your destiny.
question mark? Okay, I got a fun question for you. Okay, go gal. Okay, you didn't need to add that part. Favorite Pokemon?
Absol.
Oh, I think I've heard you say that actually. 100%. 100% I've heard you say Absol. Yeah, okay. Why Absol?
He's cute.
He's cute? I mean, that's valid, that's fair. That's fair. It's funny, my favorite Pokemon, you know, like, he was a starter, but it was Blaziken, right? And most people think, like, oh,
Yeah.
your favorite starter is, like, whatever starter you started with. But I started in Gen 4, right? I thought the coolest Pokemon in the world was Charizard. And my mother,
Okay.
my mother randomly bought this random Pokemon movie and came home with it, right? And it was like Ash facing like a Hoenn championship thing, and in this champion, it ends with like Charizard versus Blaziken, and I'm like, what is this stupid chicken gonna do, right? And I'll tell you what, listen, that chicken went hard, dude. That chicken was like beating Charizard's ass, dude. It ended up being like a draw or whatever, but I gained so much respect for Blaziken. Right, that chicken fighting off this massive orange dragon. I was just like, nah, dude, Blaziken's the coolest Pokemon ever. If it was to pick like my favorite Pokemon now would probably be Dragapult, low-key. Just because like I love, yeah, there you go. I love Dragapult's design. I think it's so cool. And firing babies at people and everything at like Mach speed. I don't know. Listen, I think
Firing babies?
yeah, he fires little Dreepy. He fires little Dreepies out.
Does he?
Yeah.
I've never noticed.
Yeah, 100%. He fires Dreepy like Dreepies in like his cranium, in his head. And he shoots them out at Mach speed. I think it's in the flavor text for him and everything. You should look it up. It's awesome. Love Rayquaza. Rayquaza's really cool. Chicken mixed with fire.
Rayquaza's great.
Yeah, Rayquaza's awesome.
I really, for legendaries, my favorite's Lugia.
I know a lot of people really like Lugia. A lot of people like Lugia.
When I was a kid, I had a Pokemon Sorry board game, and in the middle of it was just a big old Lugia, like he was the daddy of them all. And I don't know, I just loved him. There's no other reason I never had a card. I got him in one game, but it was years later. He was already my favorite, so I had no reason to really like this character other than he was on the middle of my Sorry board.
Yeah, valid. I'm just going to include Mythical and Legendary together because that's what I did as a kid, and I don't understand the difference.
What's mythical?
Exactly. Alright, half the Legendaries are now mythical Pokemon, right? Exactly. That's what I mean, Paige. That's what I mean, alright? Half the Legendaries are now... They're all Legendary to me, okay? I'm from a different era,
They're
I'm
all
sorry.
legendary.
They're all Legendary to me. I really liked Darkrai as a kid.
Okay.
I really like Darkrai. Just because like, I remember like back in the day, like, you know, like mid 2000s. I remember like, because like as a country boy with no internet, right, I didn't have access to mystery codes and mystery gifts and stuff like that to get him. If you remember, Darkrai on the Nintendo DS, Diamond and Pearl, you needed a mystery gift parcel, which gave you a key.
So
to
I do
unlock the door.
actually.
You have the actual
I do actually
Darkrai?
remember.
Oh yeah, you just remember
My
General?
brother, he also really liked that legendary, and so we had to. We got a weird. I don't know. It was a weird thing we plugged into it.
An action
and-
replay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got it that way. It was a whole thing. It was.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what I had to eventually do anyway as well. But there was this whole time where like I'm like, dude, I don't know. I feel like kids probably don't do this anymore. But like the whole like, do you remember at any point in time like looking up videos and like, oh, how the secret, how to get in without mystery gift to get the Pokemon or whatever. You know, sort of like the old like GTA San Andreas videos, like Bigfoot found, like, and even though it was always like mods and stuff like that. But as a kid, you're just like, where is Bigfoot in GTA San Andreas? You know, I remember like watching those, and I was just like, I wanted Darkrai so bad, man. I remember spending months trying to get in there, dude, looking for secrets.
Yeah.
Doing, dude.
It took us quite a while as well.
Doing stuff like catching all of the numbered unknown to, you know, be able to unlock the mystery gift Arceus event and stuff like that. All of the unknown and then putting it in your box to spell out.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, listen, we've been through it, chat. We've been through. Oh god. Uh-oh.
There was a year I got grounded, because I was sneaking out of my house. I was like 13, and I got grounded. I wasn't allowed to do anything. I wasn't allowed to have my cell phone, but I still could play on my DS. And that year, I played so much Platinum, which is Diamond and Pearl Platinum.
Yep.
I had so much Platinum. I had every single Pokemon that you could possibly capture in the game, and I got all of them to level 100, and I did that, like, you press B to keep them from evolving.
Yeah.
I got them all to level 100 in a matter of one summer because I was grounded the whole time and couldn't do anything else.
I think I remember talking to you about the story on your stream one time.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, I think I
Probably.
remember this, yeah.
It was a brutal summer.
Dude,
I love Pokemon though.
I remember like as a kid, like I didn't understand, because I didn't have internet or anything or friends to play with. I didn't understand the concept of Pokemon needing to be traded, like some needed to be traded to evolve. So like I would what I would do is, because I was bored and I had nothing else to do, I would just go through and I would level. Using the Elite Four, I'd do the Elite Four over and over and over and over again to level up Pokemon. And I would get every Pokemon I could to level 100 to get like every Pokemon evolved. And dude, the disappointment when you would get a Pokemon to level 100 and they didn't evolve. Looking at you, Gengar, looking at you, Haunter, Machoke, and like, not Alakazam, Kadabra.
Geodude, Graveler.
Yeah.
It's also
Graveler.
something weird, I think.
Oh my god. I'll tell you what, kids today, they don't understand. You guys don't understand. We went through it. Especially.
You know what's stupid though?
What?
Is I always had access to the internet. I didn't have access to trading, but I've had a laptop since I was like 8 years old. So I always could have just Googled it, and I never did.
Damn.
So I would do all the work, and I never Googled it, and I never learned my lesson. Even now when I play video games, I forget that I can just Google it.
You know what? That's fair. But think about like how great it is when you're able to figure it out on your own, though. You know what I mean? You're robbing yourself of that if you don't do that for real. Ow.
Get a little dopamine hit. It's great.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I figured this out all on my own. I'm that great.
I'm a genius.
You're a genius. Exactly.
Oh jeez, get it.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, retro nose. Okay. Okay. Here's an.
In his name.
Yeah, he knows. All right. Here's an interesting one for you. Feel free. Listen, I'll let you opt out of this question if you want. You know what I mean? Because like. You know what I mean? You don't have to. But I should have grabbed Thingo so bad. I should have grabbed Dragonbane, sorry. Worst viewer experience you've had in your chat.
Oh. I gotta think. Hold on.
Off the top of your head, yeah.
I don't have very many bad experiences.
That's good.
So that's actually hard because I'm not big enough that I get like trolls in my chat. Oh wait, I got one. Oh my gosh, I have one. It's not that bad.
Let us know.
I was streaming, I was playing Luigi's Mansion, so it was kind of more recently. I think that was about a year ago.
Yeah.
And some dude came in, and he said the weirdest shit to me. And it stuck with me. It sat with me for a while. And I don't even remember what it was. It was like a weird pickup line. And it was really creepy.
You know
what?
what?
It was creepy.
You know what? I understand, because, like, the OGs will remember this. I once had this girl come in here, and it was like another streamer who had like 5k followers or whatever, and all they said was, "Now that's a face I'd like to sit on," and then they left, and then they left. I know, right? Like,
it was something. It was worse than that, but I don't remember what it was. It was something that I didn't feel comfortable saying out loud while streaming.
really?
But then a different viewer it was the first time that other viewer was in my chat. And we were talking, we had been chit-chatting, and, you know, as a small streamer, you get someone in your chat, you talk to them, you want them to come back, and then this dude showed up, and he said that weird thing, and I was just like, okay, and then the guy who I had been initially chatting with was like, he was like, that's weird. He said something, and then the guy who said the creepy shit was like, "You're white knighting you." He said a word I don't want to say out loud.
Yeah.
And it just turned into a really awkward back and forth between the two of them. And these are two people, like, it's their first time in my chat. One of them had been there longer in the day, but it's still their first time in my chat, and that sucked. For me, it just made me anxious. I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, no.
How about we don't? I'm sitting here like, hey guys,
because
let's not.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, because, like, you know, you want both people to stay in chat, because as a small streamer, you want every viewer you can get, right? Because you need every viewer you can get.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really need the creepy guy's comment.
Honestly,
but yes.
With hindsight's always 20/20. The player there is to, you know, ban and tell.
In the moment, I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, this is, I don't, what do I say? No, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep sucking up these ghosts. Like,
there are some.
So awkward.
Yeah, there are some freaking weird people on Twitch. Honestly. There are some weird people. Yeah, in the world in general, true.
I've had some pretty bad experiences, but not on Twitch. Like, usually it's on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Or I have this app called Slasher because some dude suggested it to me. And it's like where horror fans get together and they
that makes sense,
they talk about horror movies.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook but horror movies.
Yeah.
And I've had some pretty disturbing interactions on that.
Dude,
that app.
I can
so I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Which luckily has been pretty great.
Nothing against people.
I have a lot of nice people.
Nothing against people who are into like horror stuff or anything like that, but I feel like there's a lot of kinks that are specifically, you know, very relative to that sort of crowd.
For sure.
You know, a lot of
For
like
sure.
darker kinks. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Which
and like roleplay.
I love horror stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm not about that, and
Yeah, no, that's fair. I could definitely see that.
I don't kink shame, but I'm just not into it. And if somebody comes to me with something that I didn't consent to in my inbox, it's like, no, that's weird to me.
I'll kink shame. You send them my way, I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll do it for you. Sorry, I've actually got to focus right now. Even though, listen, I forgot to like pick up my weapons and stuff, and I'm like very close to like dying. I'm having a rough time out here. Honest to God, I apologize.
I can see that. You're good.
I'm just a little guy for real. I apologize.
Oh my gosh, this is pretty.
Okay, if money
You're
was...
like dying, and I'm sitting here just seeing what I can see, and
Oh,
I'm
no.
finding some pretty stuff.
You know what? You know what? I'm glad you are. I'm glad you are. At least something good is
I've
coming
never
from
done
this.
before.
True. Okay, if money was an issue and you were set for the rest of your life, would you continue to stream and make video content?
On
You think?
Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I would
I wouldn't worry about it as much,
too. Mm-hmm.
but I would definitely continue to do it because I just like meeting new people,
Yeah.
and like I have a lot of friends in my actual life, but I have odd hours. Like this works right now because I have odd hours, because normally you're probably at least 12 hours ahead of me, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't work with people near me. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I can't talk to people in my life at 1:30 in the morning, but I can talk to people on Twitch. I
Yeah.
can Twitch stream, people can come in and I can watch other people. Like I just keep weird hours. I have some insomnia.
That's okay. I mean, like,
I would definitely do it.
if
yeah.
you didn't, you wouldn't have a random Australian to play Skyrim with at 1 AM, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I would not want to be doing anything other than this right now.
I have taught
Listen.
That's not sarcasm.
Yes.
I realized it sounded that way. I'm like,
I was like,
oh,
alright,
no.
oh, listen, I didn't know I was keeping you, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like I would definitely stream, like, less than I do. Not, like, less hours, I'd stream less days, but I would 100% still stream. 100%.
It's just fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
fun.
then if you don't have to worry about the money, it kind of takes the stress out of it.
Yeah, right, like, if
away.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would genuinely just be more enjoyable if, like, we didn't have to, you know? I don't know. I saw this question, like, asked, like, a while back, and I just thought it was really interesting, you know, to see the mindset, because, like, I don't know, I just...
Waffle said probably not, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Which is, it sort of comes off to me as, like, you know, if money is no longer part of the equation, and you don't need money, and, like, you wouldn't do it anymore, you know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here, though? You know what I mean? What are we doing here, you know? If you're not here to interact with people and share your love of video games and with people and stuff like that, I don't know. Maybe there's, like, an angle there I'm just ignorant to and don't understand. Right?
Well, so when I first started doing this, my answer would have been different.
Really?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Because I started streaming, streaming specifically. I would still make other content, but streaming specifically I started because it was suggested to me because it would help the other things that I do. And
Yeah.
that is why I started streaming, and I fully started streaming for that purpose, which was for money. And I just didn't care. And like all the people that were in my chat were people from my Facebook friend list, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like I just didn't care.
Yeah, that's fair.
After time, and I've built relationships with people who would be total strangers, and now it's different. But initially, the first probably year at least, not year, but like within that first year, my attitude towards it changed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was just money and it was work.
Mm-hmm.
I had to spend a lot of time promoting. I had to spend a lot of time talking to people who I might not have necessarily liked, but my other people that were helping me be promoted talked to them, so I had to too, and I did all that, and it helped me get affiliated, and
Yeah.
it helped me get a bunch of other shit, and I'm very thankful for it. But it was a lot of fucking work at the beginning, and I did not want to keep doing it.
See, that's what
And I didn't see the positive
Yeah, fair.
back then.
That's when people ask me if they should get into content creation, that's the thing that I make them aware of. It's like, I never say that, like, someone should or shouldn't get into it, right? Like, if you want to try, but, like, it's not like, just like, oh, you know, I got home from a long day of work and, like, you know, maybe, like, I feel like playing a video game for a couple of hours, you know what I mean? Like, that's that's not enough to like like you want to like get
No.
somewhere with it. It's a lot of like hard work to like that you have to put in, you know, to actually get somewhere consistently as well. You need to consistently be putting that in that effort and hard work to get somewhere. It's probably different if you're like already a big content creator, because like obviously we can't speak to that because we're not like massive content creators. But trying to build ourselves uh-oh shit. Oh, it's fine. I'll talk to them here. Trying to build ourselves up to that that level where you're like a massive content creator and you know, it's like it just like the second I get off stream, I immediately am like opening up Sony Vegas and like editing footage. Right? Like
It's a job.
yeah, like Monday I do the can you beat Skyrim video, and then like, you know, I start editing that, I put it in, I start at it's like 6 hours of footage I have to cut down to like 10, 15, 20 minutes, you know, while still making the actual 6 hour long stream like make sense within that 20-minute time frame, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And then now on top of that, like I'm trying to chuck this in here because like this is like arguably pretty easy to upload, you know, I just snip off the ends and it's good to go, chuck that out there, it's more content. And then like, but also like I'm trying to do shorts out of like my stuff now as well and look for short content I can do. It's like it doesn't stop with stream, you know. And then like on top of that, like stream as well cuts into the time I could spend editing all that other content. You're really picking and choosing what you're doing, and you're pretty much always working on it. And even when you're not even working on your own content, just like having to go into like other people's streams and interact with your friends and their content and stuff like that as well. On top of it, there's
You have to. It's an obligation.
yeah. Not to say that we don't want to go and, like, you know, hang out with our friends and talk to our friends and be in their streams or anything. But, like, you know what I mean?
No.
You need
When it's a job, it's just it's different.
Yeah, you need that presence and everything, but yeah. Yeah.
I got so upset. Like a year ago, I had this person who was in my life at the time. They no longer are, but I would just I guess I at the time I would have called him a friend, and they were telling me they were gonna move, and they were asking me what I've been up to, and I was talking about Twitch streaming and the stuff I was doing, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I want to do that. I bet I could make big money." And I was like, "No, that's not how it works." And I sort of started to explain to them, like, that month I streamed for 40 hours in the month, which is not a lot.
To put that in
and I
perspective,
had only made $10
yeah.
profit,
To put
which isn't gonna get paid out to me until I hit whatever their quota is. So, and that's what I said to him, and he was like, "Well, that's better than nothing." And it's like,
yeah, no.
but I'm doing like a lot of work, 40 hours. Like if I did that in a week,
And that's just the
say.
time you spent on stream too. You are working with your content off that as well. Just to put that in,
Exactly.
just to put it in context for people who don't stream, the 40 hours a week, at one point I was doing like 240 hours a month, or the 40-hour stream. I was doing like 240 hours of streaming a month. So yeah. But like, I don't know. It'd be like that. Yeah, I've had people who I went to school with find out that I'm streaming, and like they see how many people like come on my stream, whatever, and like they see people donate money and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh, I can do that too. And like,
No.
I will say there is a little bit of there's a little bit of a smirk, as much of it like is this probably gonna make me sound like an asshole. I get a little bit of a smirk when they try it for like 3 or 4 streams, maybe a week, and then immediately give up because it just
Give up.
it just goes nowhere. There's just no one there, you know what I mean? It's like, listen.
Because they don't understand the amount of work you have to put into getting yourself to have viewers. It's not like you just turn your computer on and instantly have 25 viewers. That's not how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even if you have viewers, getting them to want to pay you, that's a whole other thing. Like,
yeah. You know,
and then you don't want to ask for money because that's just like
I'll straight up do
There's
it.
so much thought that goes into it.
I'll straight up do it. Dragon Force, get in here and give me money. But yeah,
Well, you
no.
have a Dragon Force. That's different. That's Dragon Force. Would you ask
Sugar
anybody
Daddy
else
Force.
here?
I mean, like, here's the thing. Even Dragon Force, I would only do it in a joking way. You don't like you're never.
Yes.
You're never
Yes.
actually going to be like, oh, chat,
It's a
give me
beggar.
money. I was a beggar. Yeah,
Chat's calling
100%.
you out.
100% I am, chat. Hand over the pennies, pussies. What do you mean? But yeah, nah, it's always joking. You know, I mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of people who will specifically only donate with ulterior motives. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that will donate.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, to like
seen it happen
guilt
to you.
yeah, that'll guilt you into like trying to talk to them or guilt you into what they'll try and do is like they'll give you money so that they in turn can treat you poorly or treat you bad or act like dickheads and get away with it because they give you money and you won't retaliate against it. Seen that happen a few
Yes.
times.
Sorry, sir.
But yeah, there are a few people who are willing to give you money out of the kindness of your heart, and that happens naturally from just like I feel like there's a lot of people that just see
Spending
you
time with
put in
people.
the effort and content. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Paige comes in here and she's like, "Here you go. Here's your stripper money." You know what I mean? Just sending dollar bills in. You know what I mean? I appreciate that.
Well,
Thank you.
I know how it be. I do it too.
Yeah.
Not even to your extent, and I'm already tired, so I get it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We trying out here. We trying. Not to sound like we're like, you know, oh please chat, please. Oh, feel sorry for us. Everything is so hard. Like we're choosing to do this, like because we like
Comes
doing
off
it.
that way, and I
Yeah.
hate that too.
Yeah,
It's like unless you're doing it, it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not even complaining. It's just.
Yeah.
It's just fact that it's a lot of work, and there's not always a lot of payout. That's it.
Oh,
Is it great to do? For sure. Would I rather
Yeah.
do this than anything else? 100%.
I don't know how to twerk, chat. I don't know how to twerk. Can you twerk, Paige? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. In fact, you know what? Don't answer that.
Oh.
Okay, now you can answer that. Now you can answer it. I'll let you answer it now. Sorry.
I'm learning. I'm learning how to.
You know what? That's
I'm-
cool.
I'm in the process of learning. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm practicing.
Okay. Okay, now I'm curious. Is it like, is there a trainer or like you're just watching YouTube tutorials?
Neither. An old friend of mine, also an ex-boyfriend, I guess. He messaged me asking me to do it for him, and he was gonna send me some money. And I said, I don't know, man. I've never done this. And he kind of described the steps. So I tried it, and it turned out okay. And I just I made like I did it a few times. It's getting better.
You know what? I'm
That's
sure.
kind of really embarrassing to talk
I'm
about.
sure it's great. Nah, don't listen. If you're comfortable to talk about it, 100%. I wouldn't be embarrassed about it. I wish I could.
I can't talk to anyone about it because it's like such a weird thing, but it got brought up. So.
Ah, well.
And I'm
hey.
proud. I'm like, this is a new thing, and I tried it. I'm proud of me.
If you're gonna bring it up to any other streamer, it might as well be the dude who can't stop talking about big titty goth girls in general. You know, like every 2 seconds.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Thanks so much for the $6.90, Josh. I appreciate that, bro. Sorry, keep going. I'm not gonna lie. I was
can't.
I was trying so hard to. I'm paying attention. Listen, I'm paying attention to the twerk conversation. There's also a donation going in the background. I'm like, ADHD freaking out. Yeah, but yeah. Listen, I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. You got the.
I'm gonna master twerking.
Exactly. You're gonna be the twerk
Twerking
master.
level 100.
Exactly. Right. All the perks. All the twerking perks. Okay. Well.
Shake the booty and people get mesmerized.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Shake your booty
pockets
until
tear and
people are
their wallets
memorized.
fall out of their pockets.
Yeah.
And cash
Yeah, like
just
the snake,
comes.
like the snake with the flute and everything. It's just people opening up their wallets and throwing their credit cards at you. Yeah.
That is twerk level 100.
Yeah, there we go. Alpha can't process more than one thing at a time. I can't help it. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a man, chat. We're not allowed to what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Multi We're not allowed to do multiple things at once. That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, you said little guy, and it made me think about this.
Don't bring
I
up
was
my
I
penis.
was looking at your page. No, I'm not gonna ask you about that. You have to pay me for me to ask you about that, okay?
What?
But
I ain't paying for that shit. What the fuck? I ain't paying for
Well,
someone to call it
there you
small.
go.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
People will.
Nah, dude.
Your bio
Oh,
says basically 6 feet tall. What does that mean? What
Listen,
does that mean? Basically,
listen,
what does that mean?
Listen, okay? Listen. I'm 5'11", okay? You don't know. I could just say I'm 6 foot and you wouldn't know unless you brought like a tape measure, okay? I could.
know.
No. I will sit on my tippy toes. I'll be 6'3". What will you think then? What do you think then, huh? What do you think then?
That you're 5'11".
No, listen. It's only 1 inch off. Right? I'm basically there. It's so much easier to just say 6 feet instead of 5'11". No. This is very important to me. It's very important to me. All right. Listen, I'm right. It's so much easier to say 6 foot. You would no matter what page says. Okay. No matter what page says, chat. Don't listen to her. Okay. Her head is only filled with twerking knowledge and Pokemans. You know what I mean? She doesn't know anything.
No, I don't have twerking knowledge yet. Just a little. I'm only level 3.
We went for a crisp $20. True. Honestly, Jug. True. Did you change your freaking name, dude? Did you change your goddamn name and this is the last message, Jug? Juggy, brutal. Welcome in. Honest to God, for real. 5'11".
I
Sorry.
find that so funny because I just height is a weird thing in my life because I'm short. And by short I mean I'm 6'10", right? That's a joke.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
I mean, like, you know,
But
I mean,
there's
it's short to me. 'Cause
it
I'm
is
actually,
very it is very weird, but I have an ex, he's 5'11", and his best friend is 6 foot. And the difference is like, it feels like it's more than an inch. It feels more than an inch. But it's so weird.
wait,
It throws me off.
Listen, I don't mean to be are you sure that your ex was 5'11"? Like, did you measure it, or did you just...
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
We measured them all the time.
Bullshit.
Every time they got drunk, they would be like,
Lies.
I'm 6 foot. No, I'm 6 foot, and you're shorter than me by 3 inches. And they'd pull out the measuring tape, and they're only an inch apart. And the taller one was 6 foot. But the difference was like 3 inches.
This is propaganda.
But it wasn't.
This is propaganda. Everyone listening to this right now, this is propaganda. Like, 5'11" is actually so close. Alright, don't listen to a single thing she says. I'm basically 6 foot, okay, so... yeah, fair.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is 4'11", are they basically 5 foot?
Yes.
What about you?
No.
Yes, I would...
No.
If you're 4'11", I would rather just say you're 5 foot.
Well,
Well, you're not
No.
5 foot. You're not 5 foot. You're basically 5 foot. That's the difference.
But you're not. You're not.
That's what you're basically there. You're right. Listen, if I looked at someone who was 5'11", right, and they told me they were 5 foot, I'd just be like, okay.
Okay, what about 4'10"?
No, that's 2 inches.
And what about-
That's way too big. That's way too big. You
So,
can...
so 5'10" is not basically 6 foot.
No, it's definitely not. Let me tell you right now. 4'10" is nowhere near 6 foot. Let me tell you right now for free.
No, 5'10".
No,
5'10".
No, 5'10's too
The
small.
5'11" is.
Yeah, because it's
an
right
inch.
right there. Listen, I'll tell you what. If you were 5'10" and you said to me, I'm basically 5'11", I'd be like, okay. But no one's saying that. No one's saying that though. You know what I mean? If so, listen. How tall are you? How tall are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 4'10".
See, listen. If you said that you were basically 4'11", I'd be like, listen, fair. By the way, respectfully, you're very.
Hey,
You're
I was
very
4'11" my whole life. I lost an inch this last year. It's
See,
the weirdest thing.
You were basically 5 foot. That moment when the side convo was more interesting.
I would never
because-
have said that. I would never have said that though.
I
I
listen-
always have said 4'11",
Nah, listen.
and that's because I like to be under 5 foot because it makes me feel cute.
Listen, hey man, listen. If you can say you're 4'11", what I'm saying is that if you wanted to refer to yourself as basically 5, okay, I would be fine with it. That would make sense to me, right? You can listen. You are 4'10", sure, right? Sure. Okay? But if you said that you were basically 5 foot, I'd be like, okay, right? Listen,
Hey.
Don't you see?
find a hole in my
The
reasoning.
names of dragons
Find a hole.
always 3
Okay,
words.
now I have more questions. So,
Okay.
if I'm 4'10",
Okay.
and you're 5'11",
Mm-hmm.
are you basically a foot taller than me?
Yes.
But dragons
Yeah.
But it's a
yeah.
foot and an inch.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Even if you take an inch away from me, I am basically a foot tall. I would much rather, listen, just imply that I'm just a foot, just because it's a lot easier to visualize a foot. You know what I mean? Like, you can visualize a foot and an inch, but like, let's be real. Come on now. But welcome in each.
See, that's
Nathan.
right, Josh.
like these words.
Josh has if 4'10" is basically 4'11", and 4'11" is basically 5 foot, then we're all basically the same height.
No, you only get a basically dividend. You can only go basically to 1 inch either way. It only goes basically one side. You can't just keep stacking basicallys on top of each other. If you
Why
listen,
not?
if you put basically
Why
plus,
not? Who makes these rules? Who makes these rules?
I am God here. I am God. I know all. If you said basically plus, that's what you need. Basically, new game plus mode active for a 4'10" to reach 5 foot. If I almost paid all my taxes, would the tax officer say, "Well, he's paid them all"? No.
Until he's dead.
No. I feel like that's a terrible example. That is a terrible example. Because the word almost implies that you didn't. Just like the word I'm almost 6 foot implies that you're not 6 foot. That's a terrible example. What do you mean? What, chat? Almost means that you're not quite there. What are you talking about right now? Nah. This is just anti-alpha propaganda.
I don't think you can claim that.
I'm gonna claim I am basically 6 foot.
Advertising.
Listen, if I said I was 6 foot,
The difference between 5'11" and 6 foot is too substantial.
Nah, it's all in her mind. It's
It's
propaganda is what it is, okay? It's propaganda, okay? That's all. Nah, this is hate speech, and I don't stand for.
Don't people in other countries than America not even measure in feet?
Yeah, but it's a lot easier than saying look, if I said to you I'm 181 centimeters tall, what would you say?
I would say you're pretty fucking tall.
Yeah, exactly. But if I said I'm 5'11", what do you say then?
You're short.
Yeah. Exactly, you know what I mean? Listen, we're on the same page now. These rules are constructed with the pure copium Alpha's been huffing his entire life because he's not officially tall. This is bullshit, man. This is
You're
bullshit.
not.
I'm a big boy, alright? Leave me alone, chat. I'm big and tall and strong and stuff. Leave me alone. Drinking water is wild in New South Wales. Nah, you guys are tripping for real.
Sorry to bring up such a touchy
181 is
subject.
5'9". What are you talking about? What's 183? Might be 183.
I don't know measurements like that.
I don't know. I haven't. We haven't like properly measured since like high school, because like you get like your measurements for like your photos.
So you don't
and everything.
even know how tall you are.
I have. Listen, let's be real. I have not gotten taller since I was 18. I stopped getting growth spurts a while ago.
No, but you shrink. You shrink as you age. You shrink.
Listen.
So you're probably 5'10" right now.
Nah, dude. I'm not shrinking an inch in like at the ripe old age of 25. You know what I mean?
You might. You game a lot. You
Nah,
know, gaming makes you hunch. You might have lost that inch.
Nah, dude.
You don't even want to check, do you?
Don't even say that to me. Don't even say that to me. Don't even say that to me.
Okay.
All right.
I take it back.
Yeah. You had me scared. You had me scared on God. Do not imply I've lost any inch. I need every inch I can get, Paige. Thank you very kindly. Alright.
25, basically the grave already. It's true. I was told I'm practically 30, so.
If Alpha is, listen, chat, if I measure myself and I'm lower than 5'11", I'm never bringing up height ever again. Every time anyone brings it up, I'm just gonna like end the stream, dude. I'm just gonna end the stream.
Although, if you did just turn 25, you don't technically stop growing until you're 25, so you could have gained an inch.
I'm pretty sure that's like mentally though, isn't it? I think physically you stop growing
usually.
a while ago, yeah.
Some men, though, don't stop growing. Like, it's... I know a person a male who didn't stop gaining height until he was 23. I think. Yeah.
I can
And
only
he gained like 3 inches.
I can only assume. Listen, I know for this. You see that here? I know this. This is 5'7", right? This right here. This is 5'7". This cabinet. If I stand next to that, right, I would dwarf it. It would be tiny next to me. It'd be tiny, right? It'd be minuscule. You wouldn't believe how small it would be, right? You'd be impressed. You'd be like, oh my god, Alpha really is so big, and is also cool and manly. That's what you'd be thinking to yourself. That's what you would be thinking, 100%. I noticed a distinct lack of you agreeing with me. Did you say you don't believe me? How dare you?
I said I believe you.
Oh, okay.
I, said,
Right.
I do believe you.
Okay, you know what? Listen, that's good enough for me. Alright, enough of, like, bullying me about my height. Worst idea you've ever had as a content creator? The worst idea you've ever had? Like, what was the one thing you're like, I wish I never did this one thing? Go and sit next to
The
it, pussy.
thing that
I'll do
came
it
to
up.
my mind is not appropriate in any way.
How against terms of
Second
service
thing
is
that
it?
came to my mind. I have no
valid.
idea. I don't know. I don't actually know. So I'm just gonna say the next thing that came to my mind. I had to think about it. I'm sad that I never got the world record in mail sorting. That thing we talked about earlier.
That's it. You think you should like double down, and put more effort
Yeah.
in? You're right there. You're on the
I
the
do.
cusp of greatness. You're on the cusp of greatness.
Yeah. I think that was my worst decision.
If you don't have
Was to
constant
just
back pain.
give up.
You know what? Valid. Valid. You know what? The worst idea I've ever had as a content creator, mine was 100% playing Spyro. 100%. That's a meme that goes around
Playing
this community.
Spyro.
Yeah, it's a meme that goes around this community because, like, I was Skyrim every day, all day. And, like, I deserved it, to be fair. I deserved it. Because here's the thing, right? The way content creation works is, like, if you're not going to play the game you usually play, what you want to do is play games that are, like, similar to what you would usually play, right? So,
Sure.
yeah, so, like, for example, I play a lot of Skyrim. If I want to play something else, I should play Fallout. I should play The Witcher 3. I should play Dragon's Dogma, you know? Other, like, sort of, like, open world RPG-styled games,
Assassin's
you know?
Creeds were good.
Yeah, you know, something like that. Something that's, like, vaguely similar. Spyro, as, like, you know, an old platformer, probably not what the average Skyrim player wants to watch on, like, a day off, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Which is just something you learn from, you know, doing it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Spyro Mode Alpha streaming aspirations. What do you mean, sure, yeah? What are you getting at? What are you giggling about over there?
I was coughing, but
Okay,
my
okay.
I just have a different experience with it.
Of like doing the random. Here's the thing. The problem is Sorry, keep going.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted you. That was my bad.
No, it's fine. I interrupt everyone constantly because I'm like, I have opinions and I wish to say them. You can go. Don't worry.
So me too. But I just have a different experience because of how I've set up the way that I stream. I play on 4 different consoles.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all very different, and the games I play are very different. Like yesterday I was playing TFT, but when I first streamed, I wouldn't even just do that. I would do like just chatting streams, and I'm sitting there dyeing my hair talking to people.
Yeah.
Or like I built a desk on stream, or I do craft shit, and then the next day I'm playing Skyrim, and the day after that I'm playing Stardew Valley, which is like totally different.
Yeah. See, here's
Like-
the part you're missing there. I did this after only playing Skyrim.
Only playing Skyrim.
Only playing
Yeah.
Skyrim. To then go
That's-
ahead
that's-
and turn your content upside down on its head. That was the mistake, right? Your content openly, people are coming in, you know, because like you've got regulars. I say this all the time, there's a difference between a viewer and a regular. A regular is someone
Yes.
who's there for you. A viewer is just someone who's there to watch someone play something they enjoy. right?
Yeah.
So yeah, um, I never fully recovered from the Spyro debacle though. Listen, I would really like to be able to hit 50 viewers again without raids. You know, what I mean, that'd be real nice. That'd be real swell. But ever since Spyro,
Alpha,
yeah, what?
why are all the dead people in Whiterun naked now?
Listen, man, I haven't even been to Whiterun. Okay, I haven't even seen the dead people. Okay, I don't know what you've been doing over there. I got video proof. I haven't been anywhere near any dead people. I don't know what you're implying, man. I don't
You just
know.
came back here and all the dead people are naked.
I don't know why, but I feel like I have to blame Nazim for it. You know, I feel like I'm
I
blaming
took
Nazim for
one
it.
clothes off of one cultist, but everybody else is naked, and I took those clothes off at the beginning. Oh, I don't understand. What happened?
All I'm hearing is that you're going around stripping corpses of their clothing. That's what I'm getting from this.
Their bodies are moved. They're not even in the same spot.
You expect me to just take your word for that?
Yes.
Okay, well, I will then. Out of respect. Out of
Thank
respect for
you.
you, I will. Okay. Alright, okay. Hear me out, alright? I know that you mentioned 303 earlier?
Yeah.
What kind of music are you into? Here with a deep question.
I'll listen to just about anything.
Valid.
I think I listen to a lot of like alternative pop
Mhm.
or alternative rock. Like All Time Low is my favorite band.
All Time Low.
but-
I've never heard of them, I don't
Yeah,
think. Believe it or not.
that's a dangerous thing to say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
I assume they're good, though. If that means anything.
They're my favorite band. I've seen them like 4 times.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of indie music.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the band I listen to the most is AJR, which I think is just pop. I'm not really even sure.
That's fair.
But I listen to anything. Like, I just went to see Asking Alexandria and The Word Alive, which is like, I've always just called it Screamo. I think there's different terms for it, but
Valid.
that's always what we called it. I like a lot of that, like harder stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I also listen to country sometimes. And you know my favorite? No, I take it back. All Time Low isn't my favorite. It's Taylor Swift. Have you heard of her?
Have you have you ever heard of the time I rented that girl on a dating app that
Yes.
had big opinions of Taylor Swift? Is that why you're bringing that up, or like?
Yes.
So, for the people who don't know, I on a dating app, one of the options was like, what do you fear the most? And I jokingly put the word Swifties. That's all. That's it. All I did was joke. I put the word Swifties, and this random
Oh,
girl.
that's an event spawn.
This random girl for no reason went on to berate me and write like 20 paragraphs over why I'm a piece of shit. And then all I basically said was, okay, it was just a joke, lol. And then she went on, she was just like, oh god, why am I like this? I'm such a mess. I guess we both have problems, huh? I didn't do anything. All I had said nothing. It was like 20 paragraphs of this chick just berating me just because I put the word Swifties as one of my options in like my thing, dude. I've never been cooked like that in my life, chat. And then she's just full on this like, God, I guess we both were the problem here. Nah, nah, dude. I've never unmatched with someone quicker in my life, dude. For real. But yeah, do you actually like Taylor
I broke
Swift?
my
Or?
game.
You broke your game. What do you mean?
I broke it.
What have you done?
I'm gonna reload.
Okay. You do have problems. What do you mean I have problems? Chat, you're not listen, you're supposed to support me. You're supposed to be like, oh my god, Alpha Man's our streamer. I love you so much, you're so cool, and also I respect you. And you're great and stuff. But they don't do that ever. In fact, no one does. I'm not sure why. One day someone's gonna do it. Here's one of the reasons why you're scared of Swifties. I don't know. I can't, like, listen, whenever I hear Swiftie, I just think of like some mindless cult being controlled by Cthulhu or something, you know what I mean? That's just what I see.
Okay, I'm back in. We're good.
Welcome back.
No, I used to listen to Taylor Swift when she was first making music. I haven't listened to any of her stuff recently, but I know it's a hot topic, and I find that kind of funny.
The last Taylor Swift song I heard was 22. I haven't heard a
22.
single.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the last Taylor Swift song I've ever heard. I haven't heard a single song past that. You know what I mean? But
I have, but she's interesting. I like her, but I don't love her. You know what I mean?
I'm picking up, just putting down.
I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie.
Mm-hmm. Good. I'd start screaming incessantly out of pure fear if you were, for real. You know what I mean? But it's okay.
So what am I gonna do to you?
I don't know.
Play bad pop music in your ears?
You wouldn't.
Is that gonna kill you?
You bitch. No, I'm sorry. I kid. I joke.
You're good.
Alright.
No, I'll listen to anything. That's just it. I'll listen to just about anything.
That's
Mostly, lately it's been kind of trashy. I hate to say I listen to pop because growing up I never did. So it feels weird now as an adult to admit it because I was just so. I think I thought I was edgy, but I also just didn't listen to like a lot of pop music. But that's kind of what I listen to right now, and it feels so weird to say that.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not pop like on the radio pop, but
okay.
still it's poppy.
If you say so. If you feel the need to defend yourself, it's okay. It's alright.
I do. I need to defend myself against myself because I'm attacking myself for it.
It's not for you, it's for me. Alright. I'm pretty sure we already went over this, so this one will probably just be a quick one, but, have your thoughts on streaming content creation in general changed much from when you first started? And if so, knowing what you know now, would you have started making content? I know that you probably would have. Yeah. So, like, what's, like, the biggest change that you've, like, noticed in yourself from, like, when you started making content to now, you think?
When I started, like, when I was a kid?
Yeah, when you're like, well,
as a kid.
You know, yeah, sure. Or like, just streaming in general. I mean, like, whatever you want to go with.
I'm more humble.
I feel that too,
I used
definitely.
to be kind of cocky.
Yeah.
Not in the way that a lot of people talk to me about streaming or other content creation, but I think I was a little more cocky, and I've been just when you have ideas, and I'm sure you'll relate. When you have ideas that you think are gonna go really well, and you think this is gonna be great, my chat's gonna love it. It's gonna get interactive. Maybe I'll get some more views, maybe not. But chat's gonna love it, and then it's just like a dead stream.
Like that's every stream where I try and organize playing with chat, 100%. Like, yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people fall into this trap where you're just like, oh, dude, everyone likes being in chat all the time. Everyone likes coming in and talking to me. Everyone's gonna love coming in and playing with me, dude. Like, if they all like watching,
and it just doesn't. It never pans out.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Never pans out, and you're sitting there alone, or
you know what I mean? Like,
maybe not alone, but
for me it's alone. You know what I mean? So you give up and you're just going into phasmophobia, like with like no one there or whatever. It's just like man.
Yep.
You know.
I've had that happen too many times. It's very humbling.
It's funny. It's funny because like I have like a much more like playful personality where I'll play up like, not caring about other people or like being like only what I say like matters and everyone else is wrong. But like 100% the humble thing. Like I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier about like for example when people like do like the one person raids things, right? Like, I was at my cockiest and my biggest ego when I was just like, dude, if you don't have, like, at least, like, 3 viewers in your stream, like, don't raid me. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I was at my cockiest and, like, my biggest ego, and just, like, I'm happy that I'm past that and over that, I'm, like, much more chill about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only bring it up because, like, it was cringe and embarrassing and egotistical, and but I'm like proud to have, you know, for the
Learned.
most part, yeah, gotten over that. I like there are still tendencies there that I'm working on. Like for example, a trait that I have that I am working on is I know that I have a bad habit of instantly disregarding something anyone says if I don't respect them. Like if,
Oh yeah.
yeah, if I don't like have respect for you, anything you say, I don't care. If you're giving advice, if you're doing like anything like that, I just don't care. I will ignore your messages. I'll just make fun of you. That's something I'm working on, which is a negative trait that I have and I know about.
I am similar. So
Mhm.
I get that. And it's almost kind of toxic because even if I know they're right, I'm gonna do the opposite of what they say just to be a petty bitch. Like,
Dude, true. Dude, I get
and
the
it's so toxic. I don't want to be like that, but
yeah. I do it all the time. Like for example, I was playing through the Jedi Star Wars games, and I was up against a boss, and like the weapon I was using, because I really liked the weapon, was really shit against this boss, right? It was really shit against this boss, and there was some dude in chat who's just like, that weapon sucks for this boss, you need to use this instead, right? But specifically because that guy told me to use a different weapon, I kept going until I beat that boss with the weapon that, like, was terrible for him. I sat there for
you
2
have to.
yeah, I'm like, nah, dude, I don't need to listen to you. I don't need to listen to you, I can do this on my own, I don't need you. But yeah, it's 100% toxic, and it's a negative trait, and something, the Dying Light boss. Oh yeah, this is going way. This is when I had like 5 viewers in chat. There was a long time ago. I was like making fun of the Dying Light boss because it's a QTE event, like the Dying Light 1-1. You know what I mean? It's not like an actual fight. It's just like, you know, you're just mashing buttons until you
Okay.
yeah, until it dies. So I was purposely dying over and over again because this person's just because like I messed it up the first time. And this person's just like just do it. So I kept doing it and getting it wrong over and over again until they got upset and left chat. But yeah, I gotta listen. I got some toxic traits, chat. I think we all do. Tell you something. You
don't
always
have no toxic traits.
thank
You
you.
perfect.
Nah, dude. You know what? You know what? Many kith for you, Paige. Many kith for you. I've been waiting 25 years to hear someone finally say that. 25 years of getting bullied incessantly. Finally, someone knows I'm perfect. Every time I tell you something, you always say that I'm stupid or I'm always wrong, and 90% of the time it's just straight facts. See, you're just 100% wrong about that, because almost everything you say is stupid and wrong. You've been right like 2 times in, like, the 2 times out of all the times I've seen you in chat. But see, here's the thing. It's the fact that you consistently post stupid shit, like stupid brain rot in chat, is why I don't respect anything you say. You know what I mean? It's like the boy who cried wolf, you know what I mean? I'm not entirely to blame here. What boss and what weapon? I don't think there are any bad weapons in the Jedi games. It was the boss. It was the boss in the second game, the one that like regenerates health. He has like a flail and everything, and I was using the cross guard against him, and everyone was saying it was like bad for him, and I should like another weapon was easier, but I beat him with the cross guard anyway. Like big like tentacle worm guy. Second last boss, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Alright, so I got one last question for you, Paige, considering I just beat Skyrim.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got one last question for you, okay? What streamer do you watch the most, and who is your favorite streamer, right? I imagine they're probably Australian or something like that, surely.
They are actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I bet he's like really, really handsome and also funny and stuff.
He's handsome and he's not 6 foot.
Like, oh, dude. Like, oh, it's facts. It's facts. He's basically 6 foot, though, right? He's basically 6 foot.
No, not basically. just 5'11", not
Listen,
6 foot.
Listen, hey, listen. I'm agreeing with you. He's not 6 foot. Basically, though. Okay, Paige.
no,
Okay,
basically.
okay. Thank you so much for doing this stream with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me see what level I got to.
Well, no.
Oh
no.
shit. I got to level 3, y'all.
Don't worry. I'm level 2. You beat me. You
I
beat me.
haven't even unlocked shouts.
Don't worry. Listen, Waffle didn't even he didn't do a single mission. He just walked around and like did like dungeons and stuff like that. Don't even worry. But yeah.
I gave the girl a mammoth tusk. I just unlocked a shit ton of the map though, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's what I did.
Listen.
I had fun.
We had fun. It was a good time though, right? It was a good time. I had fun.
Oh yeah.
I had fun. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
doing
for
this. We
having
should,
me.
listen, if I'm ever like doing some random content thing you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. It was an
Oh yeah.
absolute pleasure. I'm like, I don't know if you could tell, I was like sort of nervous going into this because I got that whole like social thing. But you know what? I think we gelled pretty
Oh,
well.
same. Same. I was like, I was shaking. I was texting all my friends. I'm like, I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. I'm not good with people.
See,
in chat, usually it takes me a while to warm
yeah,
up.
this is why I didn't say anything at the start because like I was trying to like be calm, be like, oh, listen, I'll do it, like I'll be calm to help her feel comfortable and everything doing it. Meanwhile, I'm just like sitting here like I was like pacing backwards and forwards across my room during the 5-minute intro, you know, just ooh, you know what I mean? But it's okay, that's all right. It was a good time.
And
Thank you, chat,
no,
for
it
being
was
here.
great. It
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
Oh, Faye wants to say bye.
Hello,
Or
Faye.
I mean, John. Sorry.
John. I gotta go feed. I gotta find Frost and
Oh,
feed him too.
She fell. Hey, bye. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for
Bye,
being here.
chat. Love you all.
Goodbye, Paige.